I've had all your Easter eggs.
Right.
Easter eggs.
Time for a slash.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's all you're gonna have to have tonight. Because we're
Talking Easter eggs.
there for tomorrow, and then the same as mine. Yeah, you've got both got the same. Okay,
Huh?
you put them away for me. Yeah, James had a load of Easter eggs left still.
Fucking hell, mine's got scanned in 2 fucking days.
Two fucking days.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
That's Keith.
I heard that. That's me. Hoorah. Oh, that's me. That's me. That's Keith. That's Keith. That song's shit. Let's push it off. What's the song? That's no
Dean
bad.
has lost his son and I don't care.
Unlock it, man. Unlock it. You ready for the night?
For the night of your life, stars would shine so bright. They say we're dancing the stress away. Eh, eh. Where? This place
Oh, you
is
fucker!
playing night away. Hey, hey, welcome to the club now. Gonna pump it up now. This is an emergency. Music is my galaxy. Welcome to the club now.
What the f? I'm flying.
It's flying.
Fucking was flying.
Music is my galaxy. Welcome to the club.
I think my controller's like that. Who cares? Oh! Jesus.
What are you going to go missing? Well then, give him your phone. We're brilliant when Liam gets back because I've seen Dean. He's running on his foot, no problem.
Just see him running a bit.
Yeah. Dean, I thought you had a bad foot. Oh, start limping.
Oh shit. Fuck limp. Oh yeah, my foot's fucking killing us, man. Shiny butterfly.
You what, babe? It's not Warsaw, it's not big at all. Mr. Frankenstein. What? Oh, whichever then. For the future. Now this is emergency. Music is my galaxy. Welcome to the club. Now time to party out. Went on. This is an emergency. Music is my galaxy. Welcome to the club now. Oh, Keeks, get his for a team name for tonight. Don's racing, but he can't do every race, right? Team Lone Wolf Motorsport is his name. That's a good name, innit? It's a good name, that.
No, that's trash.
Oh, pass me the switch. Don't matter, I'll get the switch. I'll get the switch. Oh. Boosted up by a bit of wind coming out the bottom. I got boosted up in the air by a bit of wind coming out of my bottom. It's like when you're on Rocket League and you use your boost button.
Yeah.
Liam's on his way back. Probably found him. Where's he been? McDonald's. Fair.
So, did Dean lose his child?
Yeah,
apparently. I mean,
saying.
his child is 10, so I don't see how you can lose a 10-year-old.
He lost his 10-year-old child.
He's quite a
and
big
he had
lad,
to
I
get
know.
Liam to find him.
Pretty much, because Dean's wank.
Okay.
Dean's #1 dad in the UK.
Yeah? Shit, I can see what the worst one's like then.
I'm worried if Dean's #1 dad about how my own fucking parenting's going.
Bum 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 ba-dum, bum 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 ba-dum, bum. Oh. What the? Oh, ar ôl cyrra'n gws. Oh, si war.
Oi, oi, buggers. Well, they say, can they go on things? I said, well, no, should we go to bed in 25 minutes? Well, yeah.
I need to change the name of my show, Jesus.
Right, I'm going to start a party with Liam because invites will be going out soon. Wish you luck tonight, Kelly. And hopefully we can get you in for an interview if you're on the podium. Yes, so there we go. It's inevitable. Catch you in a bit. Right. What's up, baby? What are you tuttling out, Dan? Did you find him?
Don't worry, Matt, I'm here.
Did you find him?
Mm-hmm.
Where was he?
Basically, easiest way of putting it, basically, end of his street.
Fuck's sake. End of his street.
Pretty much.
Was Dean alright? Was he running fine?
Running whatsoever, walking, having a fag.
Was he limping?
Didn't look it.
Fuck all wrong with his ankle.
Ah, don't you think?
I've never thought this could go wrong. You what, babe? Of course you'd have checked Bobby Street. Jeff, you're gonna have a drink tonight. Do you know if you're gonna drink tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Right.
You might when you do so, because you swallow lad, the mic's picking it up.
Ah, don't you worry, if I do, I will mute my mic. Innit?
Again, just make sure your mic's well away from your nose.
Is this fine?
Yeah, you sound fine, just for the breathing.
Right, that's fine.
Just be confident. Like, we'll talk about the race, we'll chat about the race. I'm not going to come to you when I'm quiet. Have your say. I'm not going to keep saying. I may say at times, Liam, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But again, I'm just going to keep saying what you want to hear. What I want you to do when you're spectating is I want you to press the splits at the bottom of the screen to come up, and the track map. It'll say splits.
Split.
Yeah, at the bottom of your screen.
Right.
I want you to press splits at the bottom of your screen when it's quali and the race.
What does that do?
It brings up the top 5 split times. It brings up the top 5 times on my screen. In terms of the gap between them.
Where would it say that, Anne? Bottom of the screen?
Bottom of the screen it will say splits. It won't say... You won't see the image. I will.
That's fine. Will it tell me if I've activated it or not? That's another thing.
Yeah, it'll go yellow when you've activated it.
Right, that's fine. He invited me to go into watching race tonight and all.
And what did you say? No, I'm commentating.
What do you think I said?
No, you're commentating.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm streaming at the minute. We're live now, it's 7:45. What do you think the music is? So we need to get his dealt with, don't we? Because he's up and down, he's now fucking crying, and you're telling him to go up and down.
I better make sure my music's off in fact. Right. Fine. Well, while I wait, I'm just gonna sit down and do stuff on my ABS while I wait, if that's okay.
Yeah. Did he say what he's racing on tonight?
No, he said about the wheel though.
What did he say?
Don't know. All I know is he mentioned the wheel. That's literally it. Here's how much I listen, eh?
Yeah.
YouTube. There we go. Did the screen come out alright?
Yeah, not bad. Well, tell me what you think on the stream.
Hmm?
Tell me what you think on the stream.
That's a good point. Oh, that looks alright.
Does, doesn't it?
I made such a brilliant job.
Yeah, what do you think's a new background, by the way?
Me?
I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Why is that not working? I don't know why that was. My ABS won't do my capture display and I don't know why.
Well, I'll have a look at it after or something, mate.
You what?
You'll have to have a look at it after or something, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's fine. During race I won't mess about with it anyway. During race I'll be having concentration on the race.
Oh, where is everybody? Argent's on, Smithy's on, Fury's on. No, I mean online.
I thought you were naming people in session.
Nah, I'm writing everybody down, obviously, for my pit stops and stuff.
Nah, right,
Also,
yeah, I get you.
when we are going to the break for an interview, can you invite the top 3? Even if you don't have them as friends, they should still pop up on the people you've played with bit.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
fine. As soon as we... Yeah.
Like I say, just confidence. Try not to go and yet a lot. Let's try and limit that. Obviously, I know nerves and stuff, but let's try and limit the erms and stuff, yeah?
If I don't know anything, I'll stay silent until I do say something. If I do stay silent for long enough, just speak. Just something.
Smithy and MJ, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 in. No, there's only 10 of us in. Oh, no, that's because I wrote down other people's names, but 2 of them ain't in the party yet. 2 of them ain't on the stream yet. So obviously I write them down in terms of teams in my book, in team order on my book. So Dean and Cam's being wrote down, and they're both not on. Cam's not even online, neither's Dean. Okay. Oh yeah, if Cam starts fucking me about this season, he's gone. Yeah. No, but was... Well, no, he was. Yeah, but then he started turning up a bit more, so... Dean's just came online. Why is Kieran not on yet? He's online, but he's not in the session. Possibly. No Stealth Sloth either yet. Neither. Aiden don't finish work till 8. Practice. Someone I think's just come online. Yeah. I noticed something wrong with one of your pictures, by the way, on that screen.
What pictures?
One minute. You know the little cars?
The little cars?
That you did the other day?
Oh, right.
The green one that goes across of Aiden's, where it's got green on the door. Because of the green screen thing you did, it got rid of the green on the door, so you can see the background.
Right.
You'll see on the stream.
That can be sorted, though. I would have thought.
Well, I imagine you'll have to do that when you're next down here. Fury's still not on. Dean's on Project Cars. Kieran's still not here. A week on Sunday, I'd imagine. Nobody on Fernie yet, neither. Dean's got, in terms of number rating, taking me and you out the number rating, the 4th best number rating on this server at the minute.
Oh.
Well, we started 5 minutes. Don't know where everybody is.
That is not a good sign.
I don't know where Kieran and Fury are. They're both sat fucking... Well, Fury's sat online, but he's not on Project Cars yet. text him. Not as worried because I've still got a practice session first.
Go. Well, while I'm waiting to say I'm still doing this, I've sorted it out according to this. Done enough.
Okay, let's just cut the song off for some reason, don't know why. Oh, fucking tell them to. Aiden's finishing work at 8, so should be with us for 10 past, 1:15ish. Just for practicing the qualifying as well, we'll put the track map up, but for the race, leave it off.
Wait, track map up
For practicing quali.
for practice and quali.
Yeah, track map as well as splits. In the race, just splits.
Right, got you.
Yep.
I'm gonna actually write this down because if not, I don't want to forget. You know.
Well, he's done and all.
No.
I've done's in. Well, I'm starting in a second.
1 sec then. So Q, P and Q.
The minute at clock hits 8 o'clock, I'm starting, just to let you know, and whether people are here or not.
Yep. Okay. P and Q, map and split,
So, map and splits.
and then for the race it's just split. Right, that's fine.
Stuff's just coming now.
Right, got you.
Right.
I'll turn that off. Let's go.
So, yeah. Okay. I'm not shouting you for no reason. I'm shouting you to tell them because I thought you'd have gone up and told them. Right, we're going live. We're going live. We're going live.
Right.
I'm just telling you we're going live before you come in and start anything. Right. Mute that. So then. Aiden stealth. Alt. 2, 4, 6. Kevin and Fiona, right. Be quiet, Okay, we are going live now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the seasons here at Simplay Motorsport on Project Cars 2 for the GT3 season. We have got a cracking lineup. As you can see, new feature drivers going across the bottom of your screen now. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Duffy, and I'm joined in the commentary box by a new commentator tonight. He's commentated on a few fun events, but I'm joined by Liam Bostock, aka That Bozzy Boy, who you'll see tomorrow night with his plane ticket to the Pro. Liam, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Very good. Obviously, did the graphic at the bottom, which is showing everybody's new cars, new teammates, team names for this current season, which is upcoming. We've got 10 drivers. We have got the rest on the way, hopefully, at the moment. Let me run you through the new teams that we have for you on the grid this season. We've got a cracking driver lineup, Liam, haven't we?
Oh, yes, definite.
Right, so going through from in constructor order, really, we've got the Forever Forward boys of Argent and Fury. Not yet in the session, or Fury's in the session, not yet we see Argent. So new teammates, keeping the Mercedes-Benz AMG in the Hot Wheels livery there. Aidan Bennett and Stealth Sloth, who aren't here as well, they're both just finishing work. Stealth Sloth actually is, he's there in his new Porsche for this year, not the Lamborghini, but keeping the same colours of the bright green with the blue. For Stealth Sloth and the green for Aidan Bennett. MC Motorsport, they are known as. We've got a brand new team and two brand new drivers. One of them's a regular commentator here at Simplay Motorsport. The other one, brand new. You may have seen him in some fun events, especially the 24-hour and the GT Sport World Cup that we did. But we've got Nikki and KLF with us. Team Prolapse. There they are, actually, together on the track, flying the flag, flying the rainbow, should I say, for Team Prolapse here tonight. Team Cool Running, Smithy and NJ. Got the cars. Oh, Smithy's just left the session. Hopefully we can get Smithy back in. People may be struggling with wheels at the moment. Smithy and NJ, you'll recognise the colours of NJ's car. Mr. Two-time champion Gary 131's livery. They've changed livery for this year, and they've changed car for this year, should I say. Well, they're still in the Porsche, but a different colour on that car. Brand new Porsche body as well. They're renting out the old Porsche of Little Leach and Gary's 2 times constructors winning championship fight to NJ and Smithy this year. Going to the Lamborghinis now. The only Lamborghini on the grid this season at Simplay Motorsport. One team with the Lamborghini. Piston broke of Cam and Daniel Francis. Daniel Francis in the session. No Cam as of yet at the moment. Sticking with the McLaren and sticking with the team, but a new team name. They was Pepsi Motorsport. They're now ready, set, go. Dean Wasocki and DJ Phil Green are on the track this evening, keeping the same livery and going with that McLaren as always. What can they prove in this one? And then we've got the AA 3D printing team. New driver to the grid, Leon Fernie, not currently here at the moment, teaming up with Alfie 2499 in the Ferrari. So what can that Ferrari do this season? We also have 2 special guest drivers who might be here for this season, may miss the odd few races due to work, but we have Holty, who's on his way home from work at the moment, and Dog Productions, Holty for Holty Motorsport in the McLaren, and Dog Production for Lone Wolf Motorsport in the Audi. Now, the only other Audi on the grid, you'll find out tomorrow night which team, but the Audi on the grid for the Pro-Am could be an interesting car choice going forward this season. Liam, what team strikes you as a title favourite? What team is getting your pick of the things at the moment?
I would say Fury and Forever Forward Racing, should I say even. In some practice sessions, I've saw Fury's pace and that looks astonishing.
Kieran, running late, as I said before, he's on his way home from work, so it would... right, so that is why. Dean Wasocki said the game had crashed in the chat. X-Mart and Laney, great to see them two here, who did the 24-hour race. Brilliant to have you guys here. Go Nicky and Kelly, Prolapse United, says X-Mart, and good luck Nicky and Kelly with the rainbows at the end for them. And Fury's granddad, Tony, evening all, go Forever Forward Racing, so good to see the chat as always. Forever Forward, any driver from that team that you think in particular, or...? Fury for the win then. You heard it here first from Liam Gamer. Yeah, it's a very good grid. It's going to be hard to look past Fury this season. That is going to be for sure then. A lot of new cars, a lot of new team lineups, a lot of new... Obviously, you was in the Pro-Am last year. You've raced with a lot of these guys in the Pro-Am. One Lamborghini on the grid. You've just picked the Lamborghini of Daniel Francis. One Lamborghini on the grid. Does that strike you as a surprise this season? Or do you think that people are starting to get a bit bored of the Lamborghini?
To be fair, the Lamborghini is a decent car, don't get me wrong. We saw a lot of them in season 1 and 2. We've lost practically all of them, as can see. But it's not a surprise as a Lamborghini Huntred, I can tell you that one.
11 drivers back in the session. Evening to Monkey Boy, who sent me a lovely little picture today. He's got himself the new Fanatec CSL Elite and got a bit of paper, drew the Honda logo on this bit of paper and put it over the middle of his wheel. So he's got a Honda steering wheel as Monkey Boy. Gary131, evening lads, all the best to Cool Runnings out there, running out of the Leach Motorsports stable. So yes, as we said earlier, Gary131 and Little Leach two-time defending champions in the team standings, constructor standings, lending their cars to NJ and Smithy. Family run team and Can Team Cool Runners. This is a man I'm looking forward to, regular commentator KLF 900. What a chap he is. Obviously did the 24-hour with Unorthodox, did the whole 24-hour, you'll remember, as well, on commentary with myself, as well as every guy that raced as well. And he's out on the grid here, making his proper Simplay debut in not just a special event, in a season event, flying the rainbow for Team Prolapse here. And what can he do this year? Obviously a few changes to this year. This is now, is Nicky in the background, a huge off for Nicky in the background there, into the wall. A few changes this year going forward into the way things are ran here at Simplay Motorsport. It's no longer going to be straight into the qualifying and the race. We're going to have a 20-minute practice session before each round, so the drivers can make sure the wheels are working, make sure that they're a bit warmed up, fine-tuning to the setups as well. As we see Dean Wasaki there just getting on the grass a little bit. Talks of him maybe on the pad, but he's not on the pad, he's definitely on the wheel. You can tell from the way that car's turning in. And then we'll go into what was a 20-minute first qualifying, will now be a 10-minute qualifying for qualifying 1. The race will still be around half an hour long, which works out here at Spa 14 laps, and then so on and so forth. Race 2 stays exactly the same, so a bit of a practice session for the boys before they get to run out the blocks here in this first race. What you see now is currently the practice session for this one. And Liam, going forward into tomorrow night, obviously self-racing the Pro, without trying to give too much away what car and stuff you're running for the guys who's not seen yet, what are you hoping to get out of being in the Pro this season? You've obviously made that jump up from the Pro-Am to the Pro. What are you hoping to get out of it?
I'm hoping to be mid-pack by end of season at least, and for this race at least mid-pack as well.
Sorry, say it again.
Being in mid-pack, not only in the standings, but also on this race as well.
Well, there we go then. So mid-spec back in the standings. Cam is in the session. So we are up to 12 drivers, just waiting for Aidan, Argent, Holty and Leon Fernie to get in. Not heard from Leon Fernie as of yet, but we'll see what happens at the minute. Don setting the pace, Lone Wolf Motorsport in the Audi, 0.4 of a second quicker than Fury. So what can Don Productions do here? He's obviously got a lot to prove after driving the Acura last year with Daniel Francis, making the step up to the Audi. But Lone Wolf Motorsport, yeah, brilliant team name, that Lone Wolf Motorsport, brilliant, isn't it? Always he's had a massive spin coming through turns 3 and 4, if you can call them turns 3 or 4, I suppose, after Eau Rouge. Spa, very demanding track, Liam. You've got to watch for the invisible wall on Project Cars 2 as well at the secondary pit lane. Is it a track that you favour? Is it a track you enjoy?
It's alright. I can say it's alright. I wouldn't say it's a favourite, but I wouldn't say it's a worst.
Obviously a few new rule changes as well for this year for the guys to keep note of. You can no longer pit for major damage under the mandatory pit stop. Well, you can pit for major damage under the mandatory pit stop sign, but it's got to be, you'll have to still do your mandatory pit stop again. So you basically have to make 2 pit stops unless you can get to the mandatory pit stop, which is lap 3. Now, mandatory pit stops been brought further earlier. It was provided to us in both groups last season that there was a few people just bending the rules a little bit and pitting early and getting an advantage through pitting earlier than the mandatory pit stop because they'd been involved in an incident. Obviously this will hopefully encourage the drivers to race a bit cleaner and to not get that bad of damage straight away. As we say, evening to Peaceful Explosion, aka Michael Matthews in the chat. Good luck to everyone tonight indeed. Mike, nice to see you here as well. Yeah, so just a rule change earlier. That's going to bring the drivers in. Obviously, the pit window's lap 3. So they've got 3 laps to get around a 2-minute 20 track without getting the damage. If it's bad, they may have to pit twice in this race. Now, obviously, the second pit stop may only have to be a splash and dash, but that's not what you're wanting to do here, is it? You're wanting to make sure you get the best out of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fury then going quickest at the moment by 0.7 of a second, as KLF 900 is currently in P3. Excuse me, just sneeze it. Nicky then P4 for Team Prolapse, looking good at the moment for them too. Dan Davis, I nearly said that's unorthodox. Daniel Francis P5 in his Lamborghini with Alfie 6th, DJ Phil in 7th with Stovslov 8th, NJ 9th, and Cam, Dean and Smithy yet to set a time. Now what's going to be interesting tonight, Liam, is obviously the new format for these guys. Qualifying one's a lot shorter, it's half the time than what it was of last season and of season 1. So for the guys in this qualifying, on a 2.5 minute lap here, they've really got to make sure that they're on the ball in qualifying straight away. They've got to get the laps in.
Oh yeah, you need the laps in anyway for any race, especially for this one, I would say, to be fair.
With that 10-minute qualifying, that doesn't give the people a bit of a chance to, or I'll just wait till I go out and set a time, I'll give myself a bit of breathing space, and give myself a little bit of a gap. You've got to make sure that you're on the ball here. Oh, as Kelly looks to be just lagging a little bit there. Let's jump off Kelly then. Yeah, we've lost Kelly, so hopefully he can get back in. He's got plenty of time. He's got the qualifying session as well. But yeah, what you've got is you've got to effectively 10 minutes. Now 2.5 minutes for an out lap, and then 2.5 minutes for your flying lap. That's already half the qualifying session gone, so it's kind of up the ante a little bit. And are we going to see a few more drivers out there pushing harder to get that pole position?
Yes, I believe so myself.
Just going to bring you up a few stats of last season in just a moment. I'm just going to load them up in terms of pole positions for the Pro-Am guys. Obviously, we saw Monkey Boy pretty much take a dominant season last year, in which you and yourself and Rabbit Joe, who have all been promoted with Monkey Boy, was in. Are you expecting the same kind of dominance from any driver this year, or are you thinking it could be a bit more of anybody's game?
If I'm going to be honest, people who's got stuck with the same car that they've been in for last season, I believe they might be quite dominant. People who's in new cars, iffy, because like you're learning the car as you go, but you're learning the car 20 times more than what someone is if they've been in it for a season, for example.
Yeah, I'm with you. To just give you a few stats here, NJ race last year, started 15 of the 22 races, took 2 wins and 3 podiums in his season, with 1 fastest lap and 1 pole position. So not bad stats if you're NJ. Smithy didn't manage to get himself on the podium or on the front row of the grid or a fastest lap, as NJ, just clipping the tyre wall there as he messed the chicane up. Aidan Bennett took 1 win, which we saw at the final race of last season at Ruapuna Park, as Alfie losing the rear of the car. He took 2 podiums and a pole position as well. Stealth Sloth got 2 podiums and 1 pole position. Kieran Argent, who we're expecting in shortly, took 2 wins, 8 podiums, 2 fastest laps and 2 pole positions, whereas his teammate Monkey Boy, 7 wins, 19 podiums, 10 fastest laps and 7 pole positions. Are you expecting that kind of dominance from anybody, in terms of the fact that most pole positions he got was in the races he was able to qualify? Obviously in the second race half the grid can't qualify. Are you expecting somebody to take that many poles this year, or do you think again that it could be anybody's game?
It's a bit, if I'm going to be honest, it's in between Fury or anyone's game. If I'm going to be honest, it depends how consistent Fury can be over these races, especially 4 times.
Liam Gamer, 2 wins, 8 podiums, never a fastest lap or a pole position for himself, obviously, but was good enough to make the jump up. Rabbit Joe took a win, 7 podiums, got 1 fastest lap and 2 pole positions, so we see Joe there getting on the fastest lap. Obviously teammates with Joe in the Porsche last year, got a couple of Porsches on the grid this year in terms of Team Cool Runnings, Team Pro Laps, MC Motorsport. Do you think the Porsche has got the capability, between you two as a team last year, you know, a good 15 podiums, 3 wins, a fastest lap and 2 pole positions, do you think the Porsche can do the same as what it did last year, or do you think that the Audi, the Lamborghini, the Mercedes, the McLaren, the Ferrari will stop it?
I honestly don't know, if I'm going to be honest with you, Matt.
Alfie then, who we're on board with at the minute, took one podium last year, while his teammate Smokey Devil took 5. Smokey Devil can't be with us at the moment, so we hope he gets better as well. Heard he's not well. Hope he's getting feeling a lot better. We saw Don take a podium in the Acura. Mazda for his 2 races he did before being bumped up to the Pro, obviously with work commitments, and then went up into the Pro. 2 wins, 2 podiums, obviously the 2 podiums, which was the 2 wins, 2 fastest laps and 1 pole position. Alti took 7 podiums, 4 of which was a win, with 6 fastest laps and 5 pole positions. So if it wasn't Monkey Boy dominating, it was Holty. Dean Wasocki took 1 win, which was his only podium of the year, as wow, Smithy's had a big spin there. Dean also took 1 pole position last season, and Daniel Francis got a pole position at the final race of the year. So let's see what these guys can do moving forward. As we say evening to Iron Brew Racing. Good evening, everyone. Evening to Iron Brew Racing there. Is Don in the normal Audi or the endurance version? Don is in the endurance Audi out there, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Iron Brew Racing obviously on the grid for tomorrow night, and they're looking forward to their chances tomorrow. Liam, without being biased here, who do you think the teams are to watch in the Pro category looking forward at tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, for the Pro. Who do you think in the Pro group? Who do you think's the teams to watch?
Teams to watch, I can definitely say Leachy Legend is one. Simplay Racing, that could be another one. Iron Brew Racing. To be fair, they're all to watch. In the Pro, it's a lot more closer than what it is in the Pro-Am. When you're in the Pro-Am, it feels more spread out.
Yeah.
But then in the Pro, it just feels like it more battles, more this, that, or everything, to be fair, and it's a lot more close to 4 teams.
Well, Liam, I'm just going to let you talk us through these last 3 minutes of practice, while I'm just going to take a quick toilet break before the session of qualifying starts.
Alright, so we have Daniel Francis here in the Lamborghini, as we've already said. If I'm also correct, this is Jamie Brazi's Season 1 livery. I may be wrong on that, but it's definitely one of them. Either Cam or Big Boy Brazi's. As our figure is very wide. Yeah, Ferrari. It's I've done testing in that. That's a fairly nice car. I know in the Pro it didn't look the best. It looked very bottom field. And then we've got the Mercedes with Fiore. Not as far as I'm aware, this livery hasn't actually even been on the grid yet. And we've got Nicky and KLF, which KLF's car looks quite intact, whereas Nicky's kind of looks like it's been through a bit. And we've got Stealth Sloth, who's a bit wide out of the last turn, coming over the line. Is he going to improve? Yeah, by 12 tenths. No, yeah, I don't.
I'm back. Don't you worry, I'm back. Is Aidan Bennett's in the session as well? So we've got Aidan in, and Argent's just joined. So as we say, evening to Bethany and Duffin in the chat. So we've got Argent and Aidan in. So the grid will be up to 14. Just missing Leon Fernie and Holty. Holty on his way home from work. Hopefully they can make it in before the end of qualifying. And we'll have to wait and see. Fury quickest at the minute by 0.6 of a second from Nicky. The Don also within a second. Look at this, Cam, Daniel Francis, and that is Stealth Sloth with the blue wing mirrors, sort of slipstreaming each other there down the straight. This is what we're going to see in qualifying. This is what we're going to see in qualifying. Here is a lot of people battling it out for that final bit of track space. Oh, it's a spin for Cam and catches the rear end of Stealth Sloth.
Aidan.
Oh, was it Aidan? Oh, it was Aidan then. So we're going to see this happen throughout throughout the season. Keeg saying, Liam, you're good at maths. Come on, you've got this. Keegs. Guys, for those who are watching, please hit that thumbs up button. Let's get this video to 20 likes if possible. And let's get it all the way up to 20 likes. Don't forget to comment, let us know you're here, let us know you're watching, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. That would be absolutely brilliant if you could do that for us, guys. As Dean Wasaki here has set a time. He's gone, where is Dean? He's 6th fastest at the moment, 5 seconds off. We believe Dean's best is around the 2:23 mark, he's been telling us. So around 2nd place, 3rd place at the moment. If Dean can get that kind of time in qualifying, could be up there for the start of this first race of the season.
Definitely.
Oh, he's not going to get it doing that.
Bit of a spin there. Yeah,
he's held that well, to be fair. He's done well not to put that in the wall. He goes to the pits then, so we've just got a couple of cars. Don will be the next to finish his lap time. Has you seen him apply the brake a little bit there? Strange to see people braking at that section of the track. Guys, let us know you're here. Let us know your thoughts on who you think will win the Pro-Am first and second race today. Let us know who's going to get the first pole position of the season as we're about to head into the first qualifying of the year. Welshie says, good luck, everybody. Welshie obviously will be in the Pro tomorrow night with a new teammate, new team, new car for Welshie. His biggest challenge tomorrow night, Liam, is to turn up for race 1, because both seasons so far, Welshie's missed the first races of both seasons. That's his biggest challenge next year. If he can do that, Welshie could go on and win the Pro Championship for all we're aware. Good pace from Fury, says Michael Matthews. Great pace from Fury. That's pretty much what we're expecting to see in the pros. Fury, sad to see him get relegated last season. So there's only 2 cars left on track. Obviously Don is finished. There is 2 cars left on track. NJ will be the last of the finishers. The car in front of him, do believe, is Kelly, if I'm right. Yep, so Kelly will be the next one to finish. So let's see what sort of pace Kelly's got here. Obviously, guys, as well, going back to a couple of weekends ago for the 24-hour race, thank you so much for everybody who was able to take part, to watch, to like, to subscribe, as well as to donate. We raised £1,333. So guys, thank you so much for that effort for Cancer Research UK. As here's Kelly about to cross the line, currently P7 in the standings at the moment. Where's Kelly going to be after this? Goes up to P4, so a good lap in the end for Kelly. Don't you dare, says Welshie. Don't know on about Chris. Oh, and Neil just getting over the sausage curb. Bit of a donut there as he gets it flicked back around beautifully, and he's going to head down to complete the final laps. That is practice done. Fury showing some pace. Smithy says Fury is the Gary of a Wednesday. Well, it could be. We'll have to see how he goes in the season. We'll have to see how he goes in this one. Fury quickest from Nicky and Don, then the top 3 in the first practice session. But we're ready to go for qualifying here, the first qualifying of the season, and we're really looking forward to this one. Holty and Lion Fernie still yet to turn up. Holty on his way from work. Not sure where Leon Fernie is. Hopefully he can get on within the next 10 minutes. And this is what people have got to do here, Liam. Although they'll be waiting because drivers are going to be coming down the pit lane, they need to also get out there and be on track straight away.
Oh yes, definite. Big track. As you said earlier, by the time you've done 2 laps, you're already halfway through your quality time. So you just need to get on track, get times in, try and obviously qualify as best as you can. Yeah.
With this new qualifying format, as you see Fury there losing it, he doesn't want the damage, as here comes a Lamborghini, well avoided. Alfie straight back into the pits. What you've got to do here is you've really got to now, you'd be better off fueling your car for like 4 or 5 laps and just doing them straight away. If you get damaged, return to the pits as quick as possible. You don't want to be doing a lap and pitting. You want to be getting straight out there, don't you?
Oh yes, definite.
As we see here, look at the queue of traffic up the top over Radion in towards the chicane then. Already cars sort of lining up, and they're trying to obviously get a gap to get a good lap in, but obviously it's early on in this lap. You don't want to get damaged straight away. As Smithy says, another season, hopefully a top 10 finish this season will be lush. And evening all, come on Fury, says Fury's mum. Evening Fury's mum, nice to see you here. Again, the Fury Massive are in the chat. Always turn up to a Fury event, it's brilliant to see. And yep, nice to see you back here for another season of Simplay Motorsport. DJ Phil then, 2 minutes has gone off the clock already, and DJ Phil's the only man still sat in the pits. Now, this isn't what you want to see in terms of his qualifying.
Oh no, you don't. Well, of course, obviously you've got your 10 minutes to get your quality, but you just want to get in straight into it. You don't want to be waiting until that halfway mark and then having 2 laps essentially to get a time.
Well, I tell you something else, Liam. Argent and Alfie have both already come back into the pits as well, so they've obviously had a moment somewhere. I mean, Argent still sat in the pits. I don't know if Alfie's still sat in his garage, but Alfie at the moment as well, still in the pits. And look at this traffic here. You've got Stolsloff, Dean, Fury. Aiden's not far behind. In fact, he's backed off. Aiden using his head wisely to back off and create a gap. Fury, Dean and Stolsloff within a little train here, coming towards the last chicane. Alfie is back out the pits and going here then. Now, if you look at that train in front, Dean's getting a tow, Fury's getting a tow. You don't know which way to turn. Now, Fury will dominate this year, will be interesting amongst the rest though, that's for sure, says Gary. Will be indeed. Fury is tucked in between Dean and Stolsloff. Now Dean's probably got the best of that, getting behind Fury, getting that space to sit there and get a good quality lap in. He'll be able to nick a bit of slipstream here. We know the McLaren's not great at the top speed, but it's better in the corners. Argent is now out the pits as well, and Fury already into turn 1, going up the inside of Stolsloff then in towards turn 1, and as they come down towards El Rouge, Stolsloff looked a little wide coming through there, but either way he's managed to get it back on track. Now Dean has got a bit of a run on Stolsloff, and you'd always hit the imaginary wall, and that could be huge damage for Dean. He needs to get that car into the pits as quick as possible. He pulls off the road, sensibly done. He gets back into the pits. Cam as well as pitted. So not where you want to be if you're Dean, clipping that imaginary wall. You need to be out the pits as soon as possible. Don setting a time, but that's not respectable. That's an outlap from Don, a 2:34, but currently has him on provisional pole. Fury looks to be the man that will get the first real lap time in, I do believe. Cam out the pits, Dean and DJ Phil still in the pits, and already we're down to 6 minutes here. Dean's now out the pits, Alfie's back in the pit lane. So this is the frustrations of qualifying that we could see this season. You've got to be on that track to get them laps in.
Yeah, like I've said plenty of times by now, obviously you need to be getting them laps in, especially quali. Like you don't want to go in the race without having a feel of the car before the race.
Keeks has just put in the chat, the wall. Yes, we've seen many a driver here at Simply hit that wall. None other than Mike Matthews, aka Peaceful Explosion, really hit the wall hard in the Season 1 race. And Master and Kieran missed him by an inch going up El Rouge as he was struggling to get the car going back round. That was in the race as well. So he'd had to either retire or get round to the pits. That was a huge accident that day. And Fury already on the pace at the moment. You see, he's flying around this track. At the moment, he's really gapped Stolsloff, so that shows the pace he's got at the minute. Gary 131, look at the 143 machine. What a beauty. She done me proud. Engine is being refreshed and hopefully ready to do the business. Buffed out all the scrapes Gary had with Jamie in that final race of the season battle, where Jamie's lag caused Gary to spin. It was a strange one. Jamie spun with lag, and it kind of as if Gary hit a brick wall, but Gary managed to win. Obviously missed her 2 times. We'll be on the track tomorrow night, and as Fury's going to cross the line, Argent as well as setting out that. Fury crosses the line and does a 2:21.1, so great pace already from Fury. Aidan Bennett about to cross the line. I think Stolsloff's just in front. He does, and he goes 7 seconds slower than Fury at the moment. What's Aidan Bennett going to do on his lap? Puts it in P3. There is Kelly, who goes second. Don into second now with a 2:23.4. So good pace already from Kelly and Don in terms of this season. But it looks like Fury could run away with this one. Who's the next car on the track? It's not Cam. It's not Dean. Dean's obviously on an outlap. There is Smithy. This is the hard part, to pick up who's the next one on a lap. Why is no one setting a time? I'm confused, Matt. People have been in the pits and out the pits, and it's 2.5 minute a lap here, and quali is only 10 minutes long, so they've got to get the laps in. DJ Phil is finally out the pits for Staleboard. Smithy just overshoots the chicane a little bit, manages to correct himself and get that one right. NJ's gone into P4. Oh, Smithy stopping at the final chicane here. Not sure what that's about. Then, as there goes Cam down the line, what's he going to do here? NJ dives into the pits. He's currently P3. Cam coming across the line. Gets his time, and it's only good enough for 9th at the minute. Go Fury, says Fury's granddad. They're on laps now, says Keegs, as not sure who's just crossed. Smithy crossed the line there after he stopped at the final chicane and went P9 then without. Not sure what that was about. Dan Francis is 6th at the minute. Not seen a time yet from Nicky, Dean, DJ Phil or Alfie. Alfie crossing the line now. Gets himself on the board with a 2:37.3, 16 seconds off the pace. Again, a bit of an outlap time for that. What time is it again? in terms of what time is it? Here is Nicky, then not yet set a time, nor has Dean or DJ Phil. And with 3 minutes left here, Nicky's only going to get this one and probably one more bite at the cherry, Liam. So he really needs to make sure this one or the next one is as good as gold. NJ in the pits will not get another run out at this moment in time. As we see Dean here then coming up to the corner that's got no name. BT, evening lads, come on you Prolapse boys with the rainbows and the thumbs up. Yes, good to see the team Prolapse rainbow flying high in the chat tonight. Don's gone into the pits as well, so Don and NJ done for qualifying at this moment in time. They will not get on the qualifying here. Nicky coming into the chicane, yet to get a qualifying time. The time is the race on the game. The race is set. Race 1 is 1 PM. Race 2 is 3 PM. Keegs is Nicky coming down the start-finish straight. He's going to put a time on the board and goes P8 at the minute. Yeah, 1 PM for the first race, Keegs. 3 PM for the second race. Come on, Kelly, says Beth Duffin. DJ Phil hasn't said a time yet. The only person I do believe who doesn't run ABS. There was a Porsche in the background crossing line. NJ's come back out on track. I don't think NJ's going to get a time in here. Dean was near enough at the end of his lap. So should we go back to Dean and see what he can do, Liam? Obviously hit the wall early on, went back to the pits. He's only going to get one more flying lap in. He needs to make sure he keeps that pace going, doesn't he, on his next flying lap?
Yes, definitely. As you say, we've only got this lap and then the next lap left, and after that it won't be able to qualify because time would have run out.
So Dean through the chicane. Daniel Francis is up to P3, so a good lap from Daniel Francis for Piston Broke. What can Dean do for Team Ready Set Go? As he crosses the line, he's up to P6, so a good qualifying for Dean, and I'm sure he'll know that he's got a bit more pace in the car than that to improve just a little bit as we go then. Don in the pits is done. Date, just the date today yet? Well, Keegs obviously will be racing for tomorrow's date, so the 13th of May. As here then is Stealth Sloth. Who have we got coming towards the end of the track? There's 2 people just crossing the line. We've got NJ. Let's no, it's the other one other than NJ. There's one coming around towards the final chicane. I think it might be Alfie. Smithy's in the pits. Dean has gone into the pits. I think Alfie's the one coming up to finish his lap. Yeah, it is. It's Alfie. So Dean finishing his qualifying. Then we said he needs to keep that flying pace going and hasn't. Not a team no lap supporter. Beth surely. Gary obviously. Beth is Gary's biggest fan. NJ back in the pits. Alfie's going to cross the line to complete his lap. We'll get one more flying run and goes P13. DJ Phil not got a time in yet. I think Fury and Argent was the 2 close to each other on track. Indeed they are. Argent being overtaken by Kelly or Nicky there. That's Fury as well. So what can Fury do? Is Argent running a little wide there? That's not going to help his time in terms of this qualifying pace. That's either Nicky or Kelly with Fury just ahead. Fury very, very wide. It's Nicky then who's coming to the end of his lap. So let's go on board Nicky here. He's got past both Mercedes-Benz. And can Nicky take something from this? Currently P12, who did a non-respectable time. Kieran very deep. Qualifying done then. Who's going to be provisional pole? Don in the pits, Dan in the pits, NJ, Dean and Smithy in the pits. Here comes Nicky. And it's good enough for P2, but it's not going to be P1. That looks to be Fury's at the moment in time. P1 for Fury so far, who's in the pit lane. Nicky up to second. Argent in the pits as well, down in 8th. Who's left? There's only one car left on a lap. Oh, Aidan Bennett's still left on a lap, sorry. So Aidan Bennett coming round on his last lap, last flying lap, should I say. What is he going to put on the board? Crosses the line and moves up to P10. Car in the background is KLF 900. What has he got in the locker? Can he improve? No, he's not going to improve there. He's a bit slow. There's one more car then on a lap at the bottom of the circuit at this moment in time. Who is that? Is that DJ Phil still on a lap? No, is it Cam then on a lap? It is Cam. So let's see what Cam can do at this moment in time. But Fury provisional pole at the minute. Cam needs to find 10 seconds. No, it's not the team. It's Kelly. I won't see him do well, Gary. Well, Gary, don't worry. He will never replace you. The flirting has already started for season 3 already. Can Cam then find 10 seconds? What is it going to be at the moment? Don currently sitting P3 in the Audi. Good time from the Don. At the moment. Cam then is about to cross the line here, and we'll never know. We will never know. We'll just flick it to it at the moment. So Fury then provisional pole. Nicky P2. Don in P3 with Daniel Francis. Great qualifying for Daniel Francis. P4. Kelly on his Simplay Motorsport debut in terms of it being a season. P5. NJ P6 at the moment then. Getting used to the Porsche. Dean Wasocki, solid qualifying for himself, even though he only got one run in P7. Argent all the way down in 8th. I don't think many people thought Argent would have been P8. Stealth Sloth starts P9 in his new Porsche. Ada Bennett's teammate on P10. Smithy in P11. Then at the moment with DJ Phil Green down in P12. Cam he improved on his time, but only by a couple of seconds, down in P13, with Alfie bringing up the rear in P14 then. So, good start to the season at the minute if you're Fury and Team Forever Forward Racing. But what can you do if you're the other guys behind him? Nicky, we saw at the end, put a brilliant lap in. What can he do to close that gap, Liam?
Just getting his slipstream would be one thing that would help his speed. I can say that. I don't really know much more that you could do.
Obviously, 7 drivers have made the grid, although the grid doesn't seem to have popped up at the moment. Not sure where the grid is. There's the grid. 7 drivers then. 14 drivers, which means for qualifying 2, the top 7 won't be able to qualify. Smithy says the wheel keeps disconnecting. Just try and maybe blow out the USB and plug it back in. That may be why Smithy didn't get the best of lap times in. Smithy, how much has he improved this year? Obviously, loves his racing. How much has Smithy improved this season, as we'll remove the graphic for the new cars this year as we look towards this race going forward. Get your votes in the chat. Get your votes in for the tips. Get your tips in for the winner of this first race. Will it be Fury? Will it be Nicky? Will the Don manage to take the win? Don't forget, pit window is lap 3, but if you pit before the pit window, you've got to pit again afterwards, as they are the new rules of this season. It's hopefully going to encourage a lot more cleaner driving. Argent down in P8, Liam. Not the qualifying I think we expected him to have. Yes, come on Team ProLab, says on Orthodubs. Nicky and Kelly for the win. And Xmart, Liam, have you brought an encyclopedia yet? Says Xmart.
Oh, no.
No. I could already answer that one for you, Martin. No, he hasn't. Yeah, Liam, Argent down in P8. I think that's a bit of a shock for people, I think, in this first qualifying.
It's definitely a shock to me. He was running P4.
Was running P4. So here we go then. We're synced up, ready for the start of this race. Season 3 is about to get underway. It's ready, set, go if you're Dean and DJ Phil. And who's going to get the best start? Look at the Don from row 2. He's already got off to a flyer as they head down towards turn 1. Smithy hasn't got moving yet due to the wheel problems. Stealth Stuff already in the wall, and Dean comes from behind and taps Fury. And Dean then gets a massive whack, and there's a huge pile up at turn 1. And who's got out of it unscathed? Look at the livery. The look of Gary avoiding crashes must have rubbed off on NJ, because he sailed through the middle of it. We're coming up towards El Rouge for the first time. There's cars in the background side by side. They all sort of filter in to one little line. We've already lost Smithy from this race this season, so the wheel problems not helping Smithy at this moment in time. That'll be a DNF already this season. Oh, this Stealth Sloth, huge incident. The Don and one of the team's ProLapse cars involved in that one as well. And already a huge incident. There's Aiden all getting collated by Daniel Francis. That is already not what you want to see in this opening race. Wheel disconnected. Sorry everyone, says Dean. Well, there may be a steward's inquiry or two in this one. We've also lost Dean from this race. He's already retired.
Oh.
His problems last year of retirements, he's already retired from this first race of the season, so not good if you're Dean or Smithy already. Ariel, WTF, I'm not going to read out what that stands for, but what a terrible, terrible start to the racing this evening. It's been a horrific start here in the Pro-Am. We'd expect to see a much better showing, but this has been absolutely disastrous. Alfie having a look up the inside of Daniel Francis here. Keep your head, Fury. So, oh, there's a Porsche well off in the background. I think that was Aidan Bennett, who was well off into the wall. He's rejoined, and Alfie then has been overtaken. 3 laps here with damage will hurt such a long lap. Indeed it will, unless they want to pit twice peaceful. NJ though had the start of a lifetime through the middle and in the lead, but he's got Nicky within a second at the moment. Liam.
Oh yeah, very disastrous start. It's calm down now. Let's hope nothing like that happens again this race, or in fact any of the races.
Yeah, absolutely atrocious start from people there. NJ, though, already after not the best qualifying for himself by his standards, already out front by a second. Got to keep his head. Probably one of the cars without the damage. Leading well at the moment. Oh, he's very, very wide at the chicane. Nearly loses the rear. He's getting to grips with the Porsche. Obviously drove the Lamborghini last season. Gary in the chat, keep it together please, NJ. Be nice to her. Indeed, he's got to be nice to her. Cam up to third off the start though. Great start for Cam.
Oh yeah, that Lamborghini looks like it was a good choice for him so far.
It does at the moment. Look at the two Forever Forward racing cars, P4 and 5. Don already into the pits, and now that will be two pit stops for him. Wheel will not switch on, says Dean. Well, he needs to get that one sorted for qualifying too, especially because he's got a lot of work to do. And could we see the first stewards inquiry go in this season? Smithy says at least they got off the start. And here is Alfie then up into P6, just behind the two Mercedes. He's got Daniel Francis, may lose out to Daniel Francis on the straight line. I can't believe people still ram into the first corner 3 seasons in. Yep, Don, it is a shame. And it's obviously something that needs addressing. We hope these new rules was going to change that. Obviously not. Don and Kelly now into the pits. Daniel Francis wide at the chicane, and Alfie will get that place back. We believe Alfie's racing on the pad nowadays due to the Fanatec cutting out his wheel with the Fanatec he's got. Daniel Francis, just clipping the gravel there. DJ Phil could look a bit interested. Race 1 though, Smithy obviously didn't get off the line. That shows the wheel problems that he's having with the car not getting off the line. Dean into turn 1, into the back of Fury. Wheel problem there for him, he says, but a retirement in which he didn't need. Here goes Fury on Cam. Thinks better of it on the long left-hander that's coming up. Cam very wide, getting the rear a bit loose, and Fury tucks up the inside now and says, thank you for the carrots. Oh, sorry, Gary, got that wrong. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots, as Gary would say. Well, I guess that is the winning car, says Bethany Dan Duffin. Smithy, I'm now coming with a new starter motor. Sorry, forgot to load that in the lorry, says Gary. He's full of the jokes tonight, but... Beth again, look. Oh, we've had another retirement from the race. That is Stealth Sloth retired from race 1. Don just out the pits at the moment. So Stealth Sloth has retired from this race. What a shame. You've obviously got to get to 3/4 race distance. You've got to get to lap 11 to get points in this one. What a shame for these drivers already. What a poor start to the season, Liam.
Oh, yes, definitely. Out of all 3 seasons, I think this is actually the worst start we've had.
I hope you boys tomorrow night are a lot more behaved than that.
Don't you worry. We're the pro. I didn't get my plane ticket for nothing.
Daniel Francis looking up the inside of DJ Phil. Can't get that move done there. As we're on board with Fury then, closing that gap to Nicky. Nicky looks like he's made a mistake somewhere as he's dropped off the back of NJ quite a bit here. Liam, what's your take on NJ start? Lap 3, so the pit window's now open. What's your take on his start at the moment?
He's definitely got to grips with the Porsche, I can tell you that one. It must be delivery. It's got to be.
I agree. So Fury then looking racy here, but so is Cam. Cam having a good start to the season for Team Piston Broke here. I am gutted. Little Each, your car has had it, says Smithy in the chat a lot. Oh, NJ's made a mistake. I've just seen him rejoin. He's dropped all the way to P5. Was well out in front and has made a mistake. Oh, he's in the wall now. Oh, huge damage to NJ's car. Luckily, the pit window's open. He can pit now. Rejoins. Oh, Alfie gets chucked off the curb and ends up going round NJ there. Great move from Alfie, even though he got chucked off the curb. NJ going back up the inside of Daniel Francis. But what has happened to NJ? He's what has happened there? Dean, have a great season, everybody. What does that mean in the chat? Not quite sure. Any inklings on what Dean means, Liam?
I have got no idea. Hopefully it's just saying how... and
Daniel Francis and NJ have had a coming together and they're both round. Coming through the long left-hander. Daniel Francis looks like he's got away without touching the walls, but already NJ struggling at this moment in time. Where is he? He's down to P8 now, was well out in front, and he's really struggling in P8.
Yeah, as I was saying, hopefully it doesn't mean what we think.
Yeah, hopefully it means he's not pulling out after race 1 because he's not been able to finish. Hopefully that is the case. But Team Prolapse leading the race at the moment, although are they? Fury well up the inside. Nicky very wide. You've got to be careful you don't lose it here. Cam is with them as well. And look at Cam. He's looking for a move on Fury in towards the chicane. Is he going to look up the inside of Nicky? No, he doesn't. But Cam looking very racy tonight. Back ahead of Fury. And is this the battle we could see for the season? Cam with his lights on, showing his intent already this season, and he's really trying to get the best out of that car. Now then, what does Fury do? Argent's up 4 places, pit windows open now. Don't forget the teammates cannot pit on the same lap. Cam getting a bit out of shape coming through turn 1. That's going to have lost him some momentum. Key word there, Liam, going up towards Eau Rouge.
Oh yeah, definite.
Nicky, though, leading this race. Team Prolapse, the rainbows will be flying as Aidan Bennett comes into the pits on lap 8 and at the end of lap 3, as does NJ there as well. Can't find NJ, he's there. Can't find Aidan, he's there. It's all in the Toy Story notebook, don't you worry, lads. It's all in the Toy Story notebook. Great start for Team Prolapse. Look at this battle further down the pack. It's DJ Phil versus Alfie. This for 5th place at the moment. Gary, they are killing your cars. I hope you will be having words. Dean, saying my fault too, whatever comes in. I don't really know what Dean's on about here. It's Argent in the background. He's all over the gravel then. And that is Argent very wide from him. Look at this battle for the lead, though, at the moment. Great little battle here between Nicky, Cam, and Fury. I don't think we expected Cam to be doing this well early doors in the season. It's brilliant to see, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant to see anyone doing really well.
Oh, Fury's very wide there. Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, it's good to see anyone do really well in a season, to be fair, in any race, in fact. Yeah, it's just...
I tell you who's...
You don't always get to see it, so it's nice to see it when you get to it.
It's Cam here. Look at him. He's battling for the lead here with Nicky for the race. Oh, and he's had a bit of a spin. Oh, and he's collected Fury right in the side as he lost the car. He's collected Fury. Fury lands on his wheels, but he's got huge damage to that Mercedes-Benz. Cam got all out of shape and caught the Fury as he got the tank slapper. I don't really think it was anybody's fault, that one. Bit of a racing incident. As Gary's saying, looks like we've got a busy weekend in the garage already. That's performing a little each take to the track. But Fury there, that many predicted would win this race tonight, is down to 4th and has got huge damage on his car. Argent's now 2nd, and Nicky leads this race by a mile. Nicky into the pits at the end of the 4th lap.
Oh,
crazy start here already. Crazy start. Yeah. Fury as well. Yeah, I don't really think Cam knew much about that one, to be fair. It looked like he lost the rear of the car and got a bit of a tank slapper and went into the side of Fury. Alfie as well is coming in on lap 4. So a lot of drivers choosing to pit on the 4th lap of this race. There's NJ. Him and Aidan have pitted right. Now KLF and Don have to pit again in this race or will face penalty at the end of it due to the new rules and regulations. Although I suppose if they could prove that the damage was big enough, I think the admins may let them off based on the start that was had. Let's be honest. Argent then, because Nicky is pitted, Argent leads this race. I've just got a 1-place grid penalty in a private testing session. Well done. Commentator's curse kicking in already, says Fury's mum. We are here all season, Fury's mum. Don't you worry about that one. But I'm sure Fury is quick enough to get that car repaired and back out on the track and gain some places. As Alfie leaves the pits and has jumped Nicky. So has Fury. What has happened to Nicky's pit stop? Wow, he's lost 2 places. Was in the lead of this race by comfortably, and he's now lost out on 2 places here. Maybe the damage to repair, I'm not sure, but Fury's looked a lot worse than Nicky's. But well, Fury and Alfie have both jumped him. Fury out the pits, P5. Delta B2Z. Is this banger racing? It's not meant to be Delta. It's meant to be nice, clean e-racing in this second group of sim play. The top group, the pro group boys will be out there tomorrow, but it looks more like Wreckfest than Project Cars at the moment. BT, Nicky Boy flying. He's messed his pit stop up. NJ there, you see P9 on a recovery drive. There is Nicky for Team Prolapse. What can he do now? He's lost a lot of time. People yet to pit. Argent, Cam. Dan Camish, innit? Argent, Cam, Daniel Francis, DJ Phil. And that is Cam, I think, who's had a moment. Yeah, Cam has had another moment.
Which puts Dan into P2.
Daniel Francis then up into second place already here. And what a job he's doing at the moment. Oh, there's Argent having a mistake. Now, what is going off here? People are off all over the place. Argent's going into the pits at the end of the 5th lap here. So Argent comes in then for his stop. And already we're seeing people struggle. Cam then into the pits as Daniel Francis will take the lead of this race. Daniel Francis, Don and KLF still the only guys left to pit. Obviously, Don and KLF pitted early doors, but have to pit again when you're bringing this league to the PC. Hopefully soon, Delta will hopefully be bringing it, whether it's Project Cars or ACC, we'll have to see. But hopefully soon, I've got to get the PC a bit better than this to start with, but hopefully soon enough. Sorry, Fury says, Dean, Fury, come on, Fury. Fury's granddad says, come on, Fury, you could do this. BT, drunk pit crew again. There was something, as he's now got to make up all that time. Alfie looks like he could get past Cam and Argent here. Where are Cam and Argent in terms of the pits? Well, he's got past Cam. Argent's already out the pits. Cam then has lost a place to Fury, in which obviously they had their instance of Fury's pit crew really on fire at the moment. But Fury's obviously lost a lot of time to Little Each. Delta says, Gaza, Little Each, nice to see Neil back at it. Indeed it is. It's nice to see all the boys back on track. There's Aidan Bennett and has Aidan pitted? Yeah, Aidan pitted lap 3, so he's struggling in that Porsche early doors. Obviously won the final Pro-Am race of the season. But at the minute, we've got Daniel Francis, who is leading the way. He's got to pit. So is DJ Phil. He's 3 seconds ahead of DJ Phil. Argent's currently net first place, but his teammate only 4 seconds off the back. So what can them boys do as they are really now starting to get this one sorted here? Cam down in 6th place. It's all seemed to settle down a bit now, Liam, hasn't it, as we're coming up to the halfway mark of the race. And after that chaotic start, there could be a few stewards' inquiries already.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd definitely say about the Turn 1 incident. I would definitely say that could be inquired.
Yeah.
The word is.
I think you might be right there. There was a few incidents that may need looking at from the admins before people even put them in for review there. I reckon it could be one to keep our eyes on. Cam then has Nicky in the background, just a couple of seconds behind him. Now Cam obviously has jumped Nicky in the pits as well. Did Cam lose the rear of that car? No, he's kept it going. Look nicely. Here's Nicky in the background, trying to get as good a result for Team Prolapse as possible here. KLF is only 6 seconds off the back of NJ, but KLF and Don have to pit again as they both pitted before the mandatory pit window, unless the damage was significant enough. I do believe the admins may look at what happened at Turn 1 and overrule it. Dan Francis in the pits at the end of lap 6, so DJ Phil then will inherit this race lead. No ABS, you see him locking up his tyres there, and DJ Phil then in the McLaren for ready, set, go. His teammates already retired from this race, and for ready, set, go, DJ Phil is going to be cruising at the moment in the lead. Argent should inherit P2. Fury should get P3. Gary, yes, Delta. Leechy Legends will be on track tomorrow or possibly off the track for most of it, to be fair. We're not holding much hope for tomorrow night, in all honesty. Smithy says, may have to go controller for race 2. Don't want the wheel to fail me. Says Smithy. Daniel Francis out the pits and pulls out P4. So Daniel Francis could be on for a good finish here. Gary saying get a PS4, Delta. Yeah, get a PS4, get your hand on the PS4 league. We can get you in the Pro and we can squeeze you in, and no doubt here. And then as Argent net first place, we imagine will take the race lead once DJ Phil pits here. But that's provided that no other drama happens there. Then Sooty Apex, Gary, whatever, the sandbags will be out tomorrow evening, everyone. Evening to you, Sooty. It's Daniel Francis straight on at the chicane, and Argent's had a spin. So Daniel's got past Argent as he rejoins there, and Argent's had a huge off into the wall. Now, has that damage affected him? And Fury then will be net first place in this race. Get the G29 bought off the Simplay page, Clive. All about the Acura, says Smithy. Well, that will be revealed tomorrow night, although it's probably got revealed last week for those who was watching. Alfie down in P5 at the moment. Good start for Alfie in the Ferrari, Liam.
Oh yeah, definitely. like I said earlier, Ferrari was it bottom part of the grid, if I'm correct, last season in Pro.
Oh, Kieran's had another spin, sorry. Kieran has had another spin, and if that car has got damage, that could be another pit stop in this race. That could really affect it.
Yeah, definitely.
They're on about a G29 up for sale in the Simplay chat, and then Ivory Racing, aka Jamie Brazier. I bought that one, Gary. Now Monkey Boy's listed his today. Monkey Boy's listed his G29 today, so it is for sale, I do believe. As we're seeing Fury then, 16 seconds off the back of DJ Phil, was 5 seconds quicker last lap. Phil still not going into the pits here. KLF 5 seconds off the back of NJ. And Don's closing in as well. And Don qualified P3. What was a good start for the Don. Yeah, such Apex. Think we may have had an insanity moment, Smithy. I don't think you have, Sutty. I don't think you have. 17 likes, 19 people watching. Guys, let's get this video to 20 likes. Join us tomorrow night for the start of the Pro Series, round 1 and 2, round spar Frankenchamps for that one, as there is Dan Francis ahead of Fury then. So Dan has got himself ahead of the Mercedes here. So as Fury had a mistake, as he was a lot slower last time around, so Fury may have made a mistake. So all these guys starting to struggle. The consistency isn't there at the moment. And Dan Francis now is effectively net first place in this one. Both very right at the top of Radion, and Fury gets a bit of a snap there. Manages to keep it together. And Dan Francis could be on for his first win here at Simplay. His first ever win at Simplay. The only person on this grid in the Pro-Am who has won at Simplay. Dean was shocky, but he's retired. NJ is still in this race. And DJ Phil, and Aidan Bennett, sorry, no other driver has won a race on this grid. So can we get a new driver? I didn't see that one, says Ivory Racing Monkey Boy. I put the G29 up for sale tonight on the page. That's because he's got the new Honda CSL Elite. He sent me the picture of earlier. Got the new Honda CSL Elite. So he'll be getting quicker tomorrow night in that one. As Fury here is all over the back of Dan Francis in the Lamborghini. And is he going to have a look down in towards the left-hander here? No, Daniel Francis covers that one off. Look in the background, Alfie ahead of Argent. Alfie looking racy here up in P4. Can he sniff a second podium here at Simplay Motorsport? He only has one podium to his name. Can he sniff a second one? The battle up front, though, is interesting. Camdan is 7th at the moment. KLF's on the back of NJ for P9 and 10, but will Kelly pit again? That's the question. Here goes Fury. He's going to look to the outside of the long right-hander, and he can't get that one done. He's going to look for the cutback and set Daniel Francis up. No, he can't do it there. And now what do? Is they come around this long right-hander that's going to then turn into a left-hander momentarily. And here we go then. Here is Fury on the back of Daniel Francis. Daniel Francis defending his line. Now we'll go that bit wider out. In fact, he took a tighter line there. He goes off on the grass on the inside. Oh, and he's well off. Has a bit of a snap on the grass. Oh, he's in the wall. Wow, he's in the wall, and in the wall hard. That could be a big repair for Daniel Francis, and that's put Alfie up into P3 and on the podium at the moment in the Ferrari on its debut here in the Pro. Well, we saw it in the Pro with Dan and Fury last year. Couldn't get on with it, changed to the Porsche. And we've seen how that worked out for Dan last year, for an Orthodubs last year. KLF now on the back of NJ. What can Kelly do? Porsche v Porsche here, and in the background you may see an Audi that's not far behind. 5 seconds down the road, Dan Francis back in the pitch. Huge damage, but we're getting towards, we're on lap 9 now, so we're getting towards a time here, Liam, that we're going to see these guys getting to the race distance when they get to lap 11. They're at the 3/4 mark and on lap 11. So we're going to see them start to score points here.
Yeah.
And Kelly here on the back of NJ. Kelly looks like, oh, NJ very wide. Kelly himself wide as well. Bit of track limits there. They may have to slow down for that one. They're also catching Aidan Bennett. With Daniel Francis's pit stop, they could all gain an extra place here, as could Don in the background, who's a bit off. NJ catching Aidan. Kelly catching NJ. Is Daniel Francis yet leaving the pit lane? I don't think so. No, I believe Daniel's still sat in the pits currently, isn't he? Yeah, still sat there. Look, rear wing back on. Kelly will be joining me on commentary tomorrow night, I hope. I do believe he is, so I hope Kelly will be joining me on commentary. That'll be brilliant to see Kelly on the commentary. Sweet and sticky in your box all night. Oh, he just hit the invisible wall, and he's rolled it. His car's ghosted. He can now use the reset button as he's landed on the wheel, so he can't now because that car is all right. But he has ghosted there, and I'm not sure. Is he going? I'm not sure what's happened with Aiden there, but wow, he hit that invisible wall. As NJ's had a spin. That's at the top of Radion. NJ has hit the wall. So wow, Aiden's still not moving at the minute. What has happened to that car? I'm not sure. Has he blew his engine with that one? Wow, if Aiden's blew his engine, that'll be no points in this race. As we're only on lap 9, Daniel Francis still in the pits and Aiden's retired. So maybe a blown engine.
Oh.
But that is both the MC Motorsport cars out of this race, hitting the invisible wall. That is unbelievable. NJ having a bit of a spin, and that's allowed KLF and the Don to go through. Daniel Francis out the pits, but DJ Phil here, lap 9, still leads this race, 13 seconds ahead of Fury. Alfie a bit further back, and Argent P4 at the moment. But when Phil pits, we believe Phil has got to come in. We also believe that Kelly and Don have to remake their pit stops, so they pitted before the pit window. But again, depending on the damage they had, that could be overruled. If they choose to stay out, we will obviously monitor this situation. And here is Cam, currently down in P6. So we started with 14. We've lost 4. We've got 10 finishes left. And these guys have got to get to lap 11 before they score a point. Daniel Francis is not yet a lap down as Nicky comes into the pits. Now, he's already pitted. So is that for damage on his Porsche? Cam, yeah, look at the front end of that Porsche. Nicky obviously feels he's got damage here. I think Adrian has terminal damage. That wall hurts, says Peaceful. Peaceful knows all about it, as does Dean from commentary. Cameraman struggling to pick up NJ. I don't think he's sat in the trees. He's on track as Alfie then is running P3. You see Argent in the background, 5.1 behind. Nicky then in the pits. Kelly, can he get past him? Cam's already got past him. Kelly will get past him. And so Kelly up into P6. Can the Don get an extra place? Does a driver come with the wheel? Says Smithy. And I tell you what, we've seen some incidents in this one, haven't we?
Oh, yes, definite. Been very eventful. I don't know how to say it. A lot of tears have been shed. We'll put that one.
I think a lot of tears are going to be shed, especially if you're a Porsche manufacturer. You really need to make sure you build them Porsches a bit stronger there. Aiden hit that wall hard. Does the reset button work with the blown engine? I don't think it does. I remember someone doing it. I actually ducked, said Fury. Aiden Bennett having to retire. NJ in the pits again. That'll be for the damage that he's got as well. So unfortunate for NJ. Not the start to the season he would have wanted. Argent, though, trying to chase down Alfie. He is catching slowly. Now, Daniel Francis, can he gain on the back of Nicky and NJ? Whereabouts is Daniel? And whereabouts are Nicky? Oh, Daniel's going past Nicky. Is Nicky coming out the pits? He is. Yeah. But Daniel's already passed him. So the two Porsches running at the back. Daniel gets 2 places back after his huge spin. And he's 40 seconds behind Don Productions. Sooty, are we getting Liam's facts of the day? Liam will just spit the facts as it goes along, I think, Sooty. There's too much action to talk about for Liam to say a fact. DJ Phil, 8 seconds in the lead of Fury, still yet to pit. And for Team Ready, Set, Go, it's been an up and down start to this season, hasn't it, Liam?
Yeah, definite. Obviously, DJ Phil's in first at the moment. Dean's retired. Not that it's didn't. Oh.
Sorry to put in there. The cameraman cut out there. It's picking up NJ as they go open over Radion, where NJ had his crash. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, they're not scoring the points they would need, in fact. Especially with Dean retiring.
Yeah, obviously early in the season, so points. Yeah, the cameraman keeps glitching to it where NJ had his spin at the top of Radion. Interesting to see that obviously the points obviously not meaning a lot at this moment in time. Gary, don't think there are any Porsche spares left for availability, to be fair. The stores back at headquarters are well stocked. Yeah, we could have a huge... Oh, Kelly now then back into the pits at the end of lap 10. Don has to pit as well, don't forget, to make sure his mandatory stop is done. And Kelly then back in for his stop. It only has to be a splash and dash. It's not going to be a full-blown pit stop. It can be in and out as quick as you like. So let's see what happens here then with Kelly's stop. DJ Phil still got to make his pit stop. And we are expecting Don in at this moment in time as well. Ready, set, go. Same team, just a different name this season. Fury 6.9 off the back of DJ Phil. He is hunting him down. And Argent has had another mistake. Just looking at the timing screens, he was only 4 seconds off the back of Alfie. He's now 18. And that Mercedes does not look healthy. And if you look at the front, it does look a bit crumbled on the front right. Now, if he's got damage to that car, can he nurse it home with 3 laps to go, or is he got to pit again? Cam could be in for a podium. 22 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that one if Argent keeps making more mistakes. But at the minute, Cam, running P5, is on for some good points here. And Daniel Francis finishing as well. If Argent has a few more spins, Team Piston Broke could be on for some huge points at the start of this season. DJ Phil then still leads this race as we're going on to lap 12. He's got to pit within the next 2 laps, otherwise he'll be disqualified from this race. You've got to pit before the final lap of the race. So, DJ Phil here has got to pit. NJ is a lap down and is, I do believe, just behind Fury on track. Oh no, he's just coming through the chicane. Oh, he's had another mistake at the chicane. So a big off there. Let's keep our eyes on the Kieran Cam. In fact, Cam is being caught by Don, but we do believe that Don's got to pit again in to go about the rules and regulations. That gap's 3 seconds. Oh, he's very wide through there. Just clipped the gravel as well. Kelly only lost the 1 place to Don. So Don will have to pit again. When's he going to pit? Like I say, it only has to be a splash and dash, so it could just be a case of in and out. DJ Phil has got to pit this lap or the next lap. Fury 4.3 off the back of Phil, and Fury's the net leader here, Liam. He's really recovered well since being flipped onto his roof early doors.
Oh yeah, and being smashed into side of
at turn 1.
By Cam, which Gunther Steiner would have some things to say.
Gunther Steiner would have something to say. Do not smash my door with an expletive in the middle of that one. I'll let you figure out where the expletive goes. But Fury here, 3.9 off the back of DJ Phil, looking good here. When we said when Fury had lost his rear spoiler and had big damage, well, there goes everybody's predictions of a Fury win. Mazda said DJ Phil will win this race. Well, if DJ Phil had pitted, Mazda's not a million miles away. We're seeing DJ Phil, who's got 2 race wins under his belt, don't forget, at Monza, which we're at Monza at the final rounds of the season. Everybody will remember the classic overtake that Gary did round the outside of the Parabolica in the wet on AH to win at Monza last year and really put his position, stamp his authority in the championship. Don is gaining on the back of Cam here then, as they're coming down towards the hairpin. Well, a bit of a long hairpin, if I do say so myself. But Alfie, let's talk about Alfie a second, because what a job in that Ferrari. P3, what a drive.
Oh, yes, definite. Especially since how it was shown in Season 2. He's definitely got to grips with the car.
100%. Little each in the chat. Evening all. Clive, you broke my car already. No, his wheel cut out and he couldn't even start. So Clive didn't even get Smithy. Didn't even get to start in the melee that happened at turn 1. Craig, but here we're seeing Don for Lone Wolf Motorsport, probably the best name on the grid, other than Leachy Legends and Shake and Bake and Simplay Racing, on the grid here. And at the minute, for Lone Wolf Motorsport, bits he's got to do, but he may have to pit again in this one, this lap or the next lap, to make sure he complies with the rules and regs. Very wide there again, he's done. We've seen that on the last lap. So this is going to be interesting to see what Don does. He's got to pit again. We know the rules, but he's only got to do a splash and dash, so he could come in and pretty much P6 could be his. Kelly's down in 7th, well in front of Dan in 8th, and here goes Don looking for a move on Cam. He's going to look around the outside at the chicane, and the Audi showing good pace, but Cam in that Lamborghini. Cam's been another one today who's gone deep at the chicane. Oh, he's round. Oh, he's round. Yep, big off for Cam there. Then I was just about to say Cam was looking really good. Oh, and Don's had a moment at the chicane. Wow, Don's had a moment after the chicane. So when you thought Don was away and maybe could have splashed and dashed this lap for his P3, obviously if he doesn't pit this lap, it will be reviewed by the admin in terms of what happened. But he should be splashing and dashing. DJ Phil has to pit at the end of this lap. Fury's within 9/10 of a second of him now. Fury will know that Phil has to pit. so will not be pushing this one too hard. Alfie then could possibly be a second. Phil could be on the podium. Here go Don and Cam yet again as the cameraman is glitched out on NJ. If we just change the camera view, there we go, he's picking Cam up now, hopefully. If we just change the camera view, there we go. Don Productions has got past Cam at the top of Radion, and down the back straight, Cam in. No. Let's see. Smithy says, no, you gave me a bag of Little Eats, you sold me the wheel. Little Eats in reply, I took the push start button out and forgot to put it back in. Smithy, seeing as your team called Runnings, what you ought to have done is got 4 people to feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, give it up, it's bobsleigh time, and push you off the start. And you'd have been well away then. Fury takes the lead as DJ Phil comes into the pits on lap 13. And Fury then is on the last lap, well ahead of Alfie. Now let's keep our eye on DJ Phil. This is crucial then. If DJ Phil can get in and out these pits before Alfie can get round, what will DJ Phil get the podium here? I mean, he could get the podium off of Argent. He's in the pits. There you hear Alfie's Ferrari. Alfie's ahead. So DJ Phil on the podium. Where's Argent? That's the question. He's only just coming around the back part of the track. Peaceful Explosion saying, what a season opener. What a season opener indeed. And don't forget, guys, stay tuned because we're right back after a quick mid-break session to get qualifying 2 and race 2 underway as well. Cam still on the back of Don. Don has to pit this lap, otherwise it will go to an admin review in terms of his positioning with the damage and stuff for race 1. For what happened at the start, I suppose, as well. So, guys, for those guys and girls who are watching at the moment, don't go anywhere. Race 2, qualifying 2, will be right after a quick little 5-minute break where we'll have some driver interviews from the top 3 as well. And here is Fury, Alfie, and DJ Phil on the podium. What can Argent do? He's got 19 seconds to DJ Phil. That's impossible in a lap. 17.9, in fact, to DJ Phil. That in one lap is pretty much impossible. But anything can happen in sim racing, we know that. NJ currently last of the runners, 1 lap down at this moment as well. Team ProLap's not getting the start to their season they'd have wanted. Now, Don doesn't pit, so we're going to have to check Don's... the admins will then look at Don's video clips back and we'll see what happened in terms of the second pit stops.
Yep.
So that already, the new rule being... looked at already as Fury then, Liam, coming around the final part.
Oh yeah, hands off to him. He's managed to
hands off or hats off.
Hats off. Shh. Right. Okay. He's managed to go from having 2 crashes, 1 crash.
Yeah, 1 at the start and 1 by Cam. Yeah.
Yeah, and managed to get first. So amazing drive.
Yeah, really good drive. As out the final chicane he comes, and Fury is going to win his first race here at Simplay Motorsport. A flash of the lights, and what a job Fury has done. Back then to second place we go. Alfie, who has driven a brilliant race in that Ferrari and could be on the second step of the podium. 1 race in. He's only had 1 podium in 2 seasons. Season 3 has kickstarted, bearing in mind 2 seasons in the Porsche, a change of car, and on the podium. And Fury with a weave across the line. Alfie with a nice little wiggle across the line, warming the tyres up. Well done to him. Second place. Now back to DJ Phil. Look at this. He's got 15 seconds back to Argent, but DJ Phil, for ready, set, go, on the podium. Back to his season 1 form here. What a start that is. Argent then looks like he's going to come home to take P4. NJ then crosses the line P10. It's in the rules, there's no getting round it. If you pit before the window, you have to pit again. Otherwise, you might as well have left the ruling how it was. We were great drive, Fury. Well done, Fury. Well done, Fury, says Gary. Kieran Argent's going to cross the line for P4. As we know, NJ finished P10 then. Don Productions P5, but how long will that one last? We'll have to see. As Cam has dropped well off the back. Nice win, Fury. Great podium, DJ Phil, says BT. Congrats, Fury. Great start for the Merc, says Mike Matthews. Well done, Fury, says his mum. And what a drive Fury has done here. Don Productions out the final chicane and is about to come across the line, but may not keep hold of this P5. But either way, the Audi showing good promise already. Cam, 6th place. Could be promoted after this race as well, after this evening. Cam, great start to his season with a 6th place. Kelly on his debut down his 7th. Could have been so much more for the young man, the co-commentator. But what will be, and I'm sure he won't be too disheartened with his P7. I'm sure a lot of questions will be asked about the start to that race. Gary, well done, Phil and Alfie. Great drives. Take nothing away from them, guys. That is a brilliant result for them too. Obviously, Fury, pretty much everybody's favourite for this season. Kelly's going to come across the line at P7. Daniel Francis is going to take a P8, and what could have been so much more for Daniel Francis then. And then it's going to be Nicky to come across the line, P9, while we wait for the fastest lap to come up. What did you make that first race, Liam?
Very eventful, especially at the beginning, with all crashes, but it's calmed down after the first couple of laps at least.
Indeed it did. It's absolute mayhem as here comes Nicky to take his 9th place. Thoughts on the fastest lap? Any guesses before we get to it?
I'm going to say Fury.
Yeah, Fury 222. Just looking down the grid. Yeah, Fury with a 222. Yeah. So Fury taking it all in race 1. We're going to be right back after this quick break where we'll have some driver interviews by the top 3, and we'll be back in just 5 minutes. Right, we're right, mate.
Right, okay.
That was a shit show.
Tell me about it.
Fucking.
Oh, God. What was Dean doing?
I didn't save the replay.
I've saved the replay.
Brilliant, because I want Dean to start.
I've saved the replay, but purely for the reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do those weekly highlights.
Oh, shit. I put RAE starting 2. RAE 2 starting soon. Not race 2 starting soon. Right. Fury, Phil, Alfie in to the party and pop into the toilet.
Fury. Where's Fury? Alfie. And Fury, where are you? DJ Phil. Alfie. Fury. Why won't you show Fury? Okay. Why wouldn't you show? If you shoot... Where is he? Why is he... Fury. KLF, no. Where's Fury? Come on. Fuck. Where is he? Right, for now we can get these two. We've got a problem.
What's that?
I can't find...
Sorry, I've got it. Alfie, sweet.
Just can't find Fury, as I say.
Yeah, I've just added Fury in, mate, don't worry.
Right.
You what, sorry, Phil? Well, that was eventful, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking... What was Dean doing?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Alright.
That was
Well done.
that was a good one, wasn't it?
It was alright. Apart from the roll.
You see me rolling.
Literally, I was on the roof cam and it kicked me into cockpit view and I was just... That was sick.
Yeah, I think Cam had a bit of a snap because he sort of lost it, then snapped back towards you and like literally then just ploughed into the side of you.
Yeah, I've never had a collision like that. It was funny, but I was like, what?
What are you doing?
In my swap. Like, it was like one of those moments where you're like, you can't see them. But then, like, I went around the corner and I seen him going into the wall. And then I actually start going past him. All of a sudden, I just get a T-bone. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I think he dipped a wheel on that curb on the inside.
Yeah, that's
and then
what
it
he
sort
done.
of went right and went left.
I've nearly done more miles at Nürburgring than Daytona. That's a new one for me.
All my stats got wiped after my PlayStation wiped, so I think I had like 4,495 miles at Daytona. I didn't even want to look at how many I've got at Nürburgring. Oh, never mind. 2,698 at the Nürburgring, with 4,000 miles in the Merc.
Nice.
I've done 14,000 miles in the Porsche. Oh my god.
I think I had something like 10,000 miles in the Merc previously.
Oh.
It's just one of those good cars. It's just like one of those really planted ones.
Well done for your win, Fiora.
Cheers, mate.
Dean, Phil, Smithy, NJ, Alfie, Cam, Argent, Don, Kelly,
Definitely made a comeback though.
Nicky.
Mate, I have I have no clue what happened at the start.
Oh, don't. That was. Yeah, just wow.
I was on the inside, and then I seen an Audi behind me, and then I looked again. No one was behind me, and all of a sudden, just doof in the back. I was like,
yeah, that. Yeah, so
God,
I think it was. I think it was
Dean.
Dean that rammed you. Dean's ringing.
Dean.
Put it on
Fucking
speaker.
wheel.
Put it on speaker. Put it on speaker. Put it on speaker.
Roasted.
Your wheel's roasting.
It was roasted.
Ow.
Smells so weird. So switched it off, left it for 10 minutes, and it's cooled right down now.
Yeah, of course it has.
That's
Never
good.
happened there.
Liam, tell him we're going back live.
Oh, what's in it?
That Dean, I've got to go because we're going back live.
Stop that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's like.
Right, bye. As you gathered, you said sorry.
He can fuck off. Right, Phil, are you there? Phil. Alfie's obviously not joining. Phil's not there. Mega. Just an interview with
Beat
Fury.
Fury and then come down to DJ.
Liam, get Kieran in while we're going live. Oh, Leon Fernie's joined. Right, brilliant. We've got a full grid.
Right, Kieran.
Get Kieran in. Yeah, well, we'll go live. Get Kieran in.
Right. Very good.
I don't think I've ever been in the top 5. Not gonna lie. I might have, but I
Who
don't
can't
remember.
qualify? Fury, Argent,
Oh, it's at the top of my list, that's why I couldn't find it.
Cam,
I think it.
Phil, Alfie, Don.
Oh wait, is it 8 or is it
No,
5?
14 started, so top 7 can't qualify.
Oh, I forgot. That's what it was like for the 8v8, wasn't it?
Something like, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they'd done a season with the Sikosies. They were fun.
Right.
Oh, here's Alfie.
Oh, Alfie's in there. Sweet. Phil, are you there?
Phil, if you're trying to talk, you've muted yourself.
Evening, lads, you alright?
Yeah, mate, we're going to go back live, bud.
Okay.
And then we'll start with you. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. And for qualifying and race 2 then, we've got the top 4 in the commentary box. We're going to start with Kieran Argent. Kieran, that was a strange race. Kieran.
Hello.
That was a strange race.
Yeah, not fate, more like avoid the collision at the start, especially down the long straight after Eau Rouge. But yeah, bear in mind I just literally walked in the door, jumped in the seat and went racing. I'll take it.
You had the pace in the Merc at times, but then you also made a few mistakes that led to a few errors that cost you maybe a podium in the end.
Yeah, it's, I've been saying it all week, the same one section I've been struggling with all week. I think I'm just riding the curb too much maybe, which is causing the car to spin or lose the rear.
Yeah.
But like I say, congrats to the 3 guys in front. I'd say I was catching up at one stage, but like I say, made that mistake and cost me.
Good constructors' points for the team as well, first day out of the block.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to look at the table. It's a points game, and if you've done well, finishing first and 4, I think the nearest pairing was 6th and 8th, I think, if I remember looking at the table correctly.
Yeah, the Piston Broke Boys in the Lamborghini. Obviously can't qualify for race 2. What's your plans going out there? Look out and about there sort of thing. What's your plans?
Keep it clean, opening laps, try avoid a bit of damage, like unfortunately like the first race. But like I say, aiming for top 5 again.
Well, best luck, mate. We'll let you go back to it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, bud. We've got Phil in as well, if Phil's there. Phil, are you there, mate?
Yes, I am here. How are you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad myself, either.
On the podium, mate. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, on the podium, been a while. I'm getting used to the car now, and that McLaren is absolutely ace at the moment.
Obviously stayed in the same team with Dean. Dean obviously got a race win last year in the McLaren. You're now on the podium in the McLaren this year. Could it be a good year for both of you?
Possibly. Might be in for some podiums with our new team name and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And got to keep the momentum going this season.
Yeah, that's the big
basically
thing.
In the McLaren.
Yeah, that's the big thing, isn't it? Keeping that momentum there and keeping that form going throughout the season.
And I was racing in the McLaren on the other racing league.
Over at Motive?
So it's, over at Motive, and it's given me some boost.
Well, there we go.
Over at Motive in the McLaren. So,
what are you looking to do in race 2 here? Obviously coming from the back of the grid. Where do you think you can get?
Try and get to P3 and get another podium.
Oh, best luck, buddy. We wish you the best of luck. And we've got Alfie then in P2. Alfie, change of car. You've only had one podium in 2 seasons. You've jumped in the Ferrari and bang, out the blocks on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's time to shine now. New car's treating me well.
Are you on the pad? You've managed to get the wheels sorted?
I switched back to Logitech because obviously the Fanatec is for the PC setup.
Yeah.
So I switched back onto the Logitech, so I've sort of got 2 setups now. So yeah, still on the wheel.
Treating you good though at the moment, obviously at the block straight away, podium, bang.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, sort of got lucky avoiding the carnage at the start. I think starting at the back wasn't such a bad idea. P13 to P2, it sort of paid off for me.
Yeah, and when everybody qualifies here as well, it looks like you're going to be starting P15 this time round. So again, by the back, keep out of trouble and make your way through the pack again.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, best luck, mate. Good luck for race 2.
Thank you.
And we've got a brand new winner here at Simplay. He's worked hard for this one. It's been a long time coming. And Fiore, mate, you drove a race that was at one point upside down for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the car's been feeling a lot better than I anticipated coming into this race, because the practice sessions it wasn't really gripping up Eau Rouge, but I managed to tweak it a little bit and I can go flat out and it's down the straights amazing and through the corners it feels so much better. Yeah,
you look like you had the pace over everybody in qualifying 1, and then obviously the turn 1 incident, which was just chaotic, and then the incident towards the end of the lap, midway through the race, you must have thought that one was gone.
Yeah, I really thought, podium's gone, drive my own race, just see where I can get to. But kept putting in those fast lap times and I managed to bring it home.
Looks like you're going to start mid-pack in this one then. P7 you are on the grid at the moment, but looks like you'll drop down to about 8th and 9th after everybody's qualified. More of the same this year?
Yeah, just try my best, see where I can get, hopefully bring home the title.
Well, best of luck, buddy. We wish you all the best.
Cheers.
So Liam, 4 drivers there, very, very happy with what they've done in race 1. Kieran probably felt like he could have done a bit more. But qualifying 2, we've got Holty, who's leading the pack at the minute by half a second from NJ. And we've got Leon Fernie, who's currently a bit off the pace. Can he get up to pace quickly as he's coming back out of the pits? Just going to get one more lap in. Full 16-car grid here. We're hoping for a better start this time around.
Hopefully so, yeah.
As Nicky's going to cross the line, what's his time going to be? Good enough for the pole by 1.1 second. Nicky then doing bits at the moment. Where's his teammate KLF? Down in 10th in the pits. He needs to get out of the pits within any time soon if he's going to have a chance to qualify. Oh no, Kelly got 7th place. Apologies, so Kelly can't qualify. It is only Dean Wisocki we are waiting for to get a lap on the board. Phil and Alfie, really chuffed to see them on the podium. Obviously Fury's been tipped by a lot of guys this year as the favourite for this season. For Phil and Alfie, that must give them such a confidence boost going into this season.
It would give me a confidence boost if it, personally speaking, so I don't know how it wouldn't give him one.
Looking at the table then, obviously Fury leading the way from Alfie, DJ, Phil Green, Argent, Dom Productions, Cam, KLF, Daniel Francis, Nicky and NJ. 10 people scored points in that one. Forever Forward lead the Constructors, defending Constructors champions, can I just say as well. Obviously Monkey Boy getting promoted, Kieran didn't, so the same team in Pro-Am. Leading the way from AA 3D Printing by 19 points. Piston Broke in 3rd with Team Prolapse 4th. Ready, Set, Go in 5th and Lone Wolf Motorsport 6th. Team Cool Runnings in P7. Obviously 2 teams didn't score in that one. Holty's only just turned up and MC Motorsport didn't score a single point. Nicky, Aiden, Stealth Sloth all in the pits, aren't going to get another stab at this one, whereas Daniel Francis is and improves to P2, so it's a good start for Daniel Francis. What can Dean do? Dean get another shot at this qualifying session as well, so he's got to keep on it. Dean, the line, P8. Really got up his pace in this one, hasn't he?
Yes, definitely.
Car coming up towards the line now. Who is that coming through the chicane? It's not Leon Fernie. I think it might be NJ and Smithy. No, it's Holty and Smithy. Oh, Holty all out of shape, and that could be his qualifying done. Smithy across the line and stays P7, but that is Holty's qualifying done. The next person to cross the line will be Leon Fernie then. And we've got him, Smithy, Dean and Daniel Francis out on laps. So we're Leon Fernie, Daniel Francis, Dean Wisocki and Smithy to finish their laps. And let's see what happens here. Leon Fernie, then keep our eyes on if people pick. Leon Fernie will get one more shot at this as well. So what's he going to do is he gets through the chicane nicely there. He's going to cross the line and improves. Goes in front of Dean Wisocki in P8 on his Simplay debut. Daniel Francis then will be the next man to cross the line. 1.1 needed to take the pole away from Team Prolapse Nicky. And it's going to be a very interesting one to watch. Obviously the big talking point in the break was a lot of incidents at the start. We've brought in these new rules to cut out these incidents from happening. And still silly incidents that's happening again.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you can't stop stuff like this happening. It's bound to happen, eventually speaking, anyway.
It's bound to happen, but obviously the people we've seen the incidents. Obviously, we've got the replay safe to look back on. It's something that needs addressing, isn't it? It's something you don't want to see happen. Race in, race out. We want to go forward and see what's happened here. Oh, Daniel Francis has pitted then, so will not get pole. Dean then will be the next man to finish his lap and get through. According to Ironbury Racing and Aidan Bennett, I'm lagging. Do I sound like I'm lagging to you, Lee?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was mine, but you are definitely lagging.
Okay, hopefully that will sort itself out. But here comes Dean Wisocki then, rounding the final couple of corners.
Twitch on there as well.
Yeah, very.
If I saw that right.
Very wiggly.
And
he's just messed that up. So it's going to be P9 for Dean. So the next one then is going to be Leon Fernie as Smithy's pitted.
So it's just Leon Fernie on track then.
What can he do on his debut then? He's 9 seconds up here, so this could be a quick lap if he can improve his time on this final sector, Liam. This could bump him up the order significantly.
Yeah, it could put him up to P5 or 6 if I'm correct.
So Argent is going to start in 13th place. Fury will start P10. Stealth Sloth, he's qualified. So is Aidan Bennett. Kelly is going to start P11. Nicky's currently on provisional pole. Daniel Francis qualified. Cam is going to start P14 as here comes Leon Fernie then. And he's going to cross the line and it bumps him up the order. But I tell you what it is it's a first pole position of the season for Team Prolapse. Qualified second did Nicky, but didn't have the race. Yeah, you lagged very briefly, Matt, but it seems to be okay now. Brilliant. So Nicky taking pole position just ahead of Daniel Francis then in P2 with Holty in third place, back in the seat and already getting a P3 to his name. Very good start for him. NJ qualifies in P4. Hopefully he can have a better second race this time round. Leon Fernie on his P5 is Aidan Bennett. What can he do now? This is important to see what he can do in P5. Leon Fernie 6th place on his debut. Now there's an interesting one to go from here in terms of what he can do on his Simplay debut. Stealth Sloth then qualified in P7, so around where he was first time round. Smithy in 8th place. Dean Wasocki then, who didn't get the second lap he wanted, will start 9th. Then the first of the people who couldn't qualify, as there was only 14 starters in race 1. Fury will start in P10. P11 will be KLF. P12 will be Dom Productions. P13 will be Kieran Argent. P14 Cam. And P15 Alfie. P16 DJ Phil then. Gary, I agree with that aerial totally, but still forget to do your mandatory stop. That's all I'm saying. Right, everyone watching, close your eyes for turn 1. Indeed, Cam, Aidan, close your eyes for turn 1 as we are ready. We are about to get underway. Get your predictions in for who you think is going to take this race to win. Liam, who are you betting on before we start this race?
Well, seeing how far Fury went up from last race, I'd put down for him again. I think Nicky could have a chance.
Yep.
Holty definitely could have a chance. How he looked last season, and since he's in the same car as from last season, in fact, he could be another one.
Well, let's wait and see. All 16 drivers are lined up on the grid. We've not lost anybody, so that's the best thing to hear, Chris. If you're still watching, we've not lost anybody yet in terms of they've not been able to get on the grid from qualifying. That's the main thing here. And Leon Fernie making his debut, Holty making his... I can't remember what start number this will be for Holty. Let me have a look. In terms of the appearance sheet, Holty, this will be his 26th start of the season. So it'll be good. 27th start of the season. So it'll be good to see what he can do. As well for Argent and Stealth Sloth. They're on 43 starts at the minute, getting close to that 50 mark between the pair of them. So they'll want to get this race underway and get towards that 50 start mark as long as they can, I suppose, because they are really going to want to make sure that they get that one started. And here we go then. Looks like we are about to get underway. The revs then are rising here and the lights are on. And it's go here, and it's not the greatest of starts from Nicky at all. There's already a collision with two Porsches, but it's managed to be justified there then. Holty gets a great start as we head that towards turn 1. Argent is already round in the background, well noticed there, Liam, but Nicky leads in towards turn 1. NJ's got himself up into 3rd and Holty 4th. We haven't seen the calamities of race 1 yet.
Ooh,
Nicky
definitely took turn 1 quite well.
Yeah, Nicky then up El Rouge for the first time in this second race. Leads here and is coming up El Rouge, and NJ's lost the car and into the wall at the top of Radion. And that's a huge off Holty and Leon Fernie. Huge mistake into there. I didn't quite see what happened. I'm just looking back at the switch. Holty's got huge damage on his McLaren. Looking back at the switch to see what happened there. Did Holty just get a wiggle on, or what was the mistake there? Look at Alfie already up to P8, looking up the inside of Kelly, but cannot get that one done. Holty got a huge tank slapper and into the wall. I'm looking here, but Dan second. Cam is in. Oh, that's Dean round. Dean and Smithy, did they make contact? Dean is round then, as was Smithy, and they've already dropped down the order quite a bit as well here. Straight away early doors then, Dean and Smithy making contact with each other, but Alfie up into P7, DJ Phil as well up into P8 from the start, KLF up into 6th place. Where's Fury? He's only 9th at the moment. Carnage, says the wall. You missed race 1, the wall. I hope your GT4 race went well though, mate, on over at Motive. Hope that went well. As here is Kelly on the back of Stealth Soft, looking a bit racy then further forward in this little battle here. You see so many cars in this battle. Fury's got past Phil and is looking at Fury now, as Nicky's already got a 4-second lead over Cam and Aiden. Into the chicane, there you go then for the first time. And here is Aidan Bennett on the back of Cam. Obviously, Cam looking well in first one before his little tank slapper moment that took him into the side of Fury. As is Alfie looking all over the back of KLF at the moment. Look at Cam again, says Iron Brew Racing. I know, he's doing brilliant. Self-soft, very, very wide there, and that's Don off. In the background, Don's had a huge spin and into the wall he goes, and look at KLF 900 here. He's flying at the moment in the slipstream of Stealth Soft, but here goes Alfie. He's on the grass, he's going to have to be careful. Kelly's looking up the inside of Stealth Soft. Stealth Soft very, very wide then, and here goes Kelly. He's got the run. Oh, there's a spinning Lamborghini, and how they have all managed to avoid him, I don't know. And that was Daniel Francis from P2. Aiden's got past Cam, and Cam is already going into the pits, and I'm not sure why, because that'll mean he's got to pit twice. Alfie went too deep at the chicane, and Kelly is running P3.
Oh. Well, it was a good start. Eventful, but in a good way.
Now, let's go on Cam. Does Cam have a drive-through penalty? Is that why he's pitted here? Because he's not stopping in the pit box. So yeah, I do believe Cam may have jumped the start then, and he's doing a drive-through penalty. So poor Cam jumped the start. But Aiden second from Nicky, from Kelly. So the top 3 are Porsches, 2 of the 3 Team Prolapse. But look who's 4th. The championship leader, Fury, P4. Leon Fernie into the pits at the end of lap 1. He will have to pit again, as will any other driver that pits. Cam obviously did a drive-through. He's still got to do his mandatory stop then at the end of this. Motive Racing, let's go Kelly. Yeah, let's go Kelly indeed. He is doing well at the minute. Fury really attacking the Team Prolapse driver though. Alfie as well, P5, really pushing hard here. And here goes Fury down towards the hairpin. Kelly couldn't get the defensive job done early on, and Fury, will he get it stopped in time? Kelly's keeping it hanging around the outside. Can he keep it there though? No, I think Fury's got that job done, and Kelly coming up to the corner with no name drops down to P4. Liam, cracking start for a lot of these guys. Here is Dean Wysocki down in 12th. He's made a few positions back up. He's on the back of Cam, who's had a drive-through penalty. He's got to get his head right, hasn't he, for this next race?
Oh yeah, definitely, especially after what happened in race 1.
Looking at the order then, Fury's up to 3rd, Alfie's 5th, DJ Phil 6th. The 3 podium guys are sitting pretty at the minute, but here goes Don. He's attacking DJ Phil in the Audi. In the Audi for Lone Wolf Motorsport, looking quite good here, having to put a bit of brake on mid-chicane. And Don looking for a bit of a run. DJ Phil covers that one off. And again, making sure that Don has got nowhere to pass. So Don's going to have to set Kelly... DJ Phil up a treat here, has to apply the brakes again as DJ Phil just coming in front all over. Oh, and a bit of a touch, they come together there, bit of a tab, but the Don makes sure he's squeezing his way through. This is where you may see the Audi's legs over the McLaren, but look at the McLaren of Phil, really making sure that Audi's not getting past him. Wow, great speed from the McLaren.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Team Prolapse, says the wall in the chat. Here comes Don though now, looking round the outside. Who's going to be the best of the late breakers in towards the chicane? DJ Phil holding his own. You see him locking them brakes up though with no ABS, and Don has to tuck in. It looked like in the background Stealth went a bit deep. Indeed he did. He has to correct himself, but he's still there at the moment. Holty in the pits, already a lap down. But Holty then has got to pit again, so is Leon Fernie. Here is Fury on Aidan Bennett, and that is for second place. Be careful of them at that imaginary wall. You do not want to go into the side of that. But Fury already P2. Nicky then leads this race from Fury, from Aidan. KLF fourth, but he's got Alfie all over the back of him. That Ferrari in Alfie's hands at the minute, Liam, is looking quick.
Oh yeah, definitely. He must have been doing some testing, practice even, not testing. Definitely doing some practice in that car.
He's running well at the minute, P5. DJ Phil still under pressure from the Don. Oh, a bit of a wiggle there for Kelly, but for Alfie as well. Just slowing that momentum down through the chicane. Kelly then is gaining on the back of Aidan Bennett here. Was just short of a second quicker last time around. So Kelly looking good at the moment in P3. The pit window is now open. Dan pits at the end of lap 2. So Dan Francis will have to pit again. And here goes Kelly. He's on the back of Aidan. And is he going to look up the inside in towards his double left-hander? Kelly doesn't. Oh, bit of a tap up the rear. Oh, two taps up the rear from Alfie there. Kelly looked a bit slow through the corner, and Alfie just giving him a double tap, and now they lean on each other. Oh, and they managed to keep it out of the wall or anything. And another little lean on each other there. Into the chicane. Alfie's trying to go around the outside. Can't get it done. Kelly keeps that P4 for now. And just as they was looking to gain on Aidan, Alfie tries to capitalise on a bit of a mistake from Kelly, then by a couple of taps. And they don't say Rubin's racing for nothing. Back to Stealth Soft, and he's got DJ Phil for 7th as Don has dropped DJ Phil. Look at the background, the two Team Cool Runnings cars of NJ and Smithy, P10 and 11, P9 and 10, having their own little fight here. And is Smithy going to let NJ go? Is that the team orders? Indeed it is. Now then, team orders coming into play for Smithy, or is Smithy just knows that NJ's the quicker car and is letting him through? Smithy's car looks pretty much intact. We've seen him have a bit of a tap with Dean early on in this race. Dean is on the back of Cam according to my timing screens. So is Dean looking to try and get past here? He's not. The timing screens are clearly wrong then. He's nowhere near Cam. He's 9/10 behind Cam, not on the back. Dean just touching the grass there. Defend it, Kelly, like a brick wall, says the wall. Here is Dean then, right on the back of Cam. Cam got no rear wing there. Cam's got no rear wing. Now pit window's open. Cam's going to have to pit. Dean could have Cam here. Oh, Cam, huge spin. Huge off, and Dean's got huge damage now. Big crash indeed. And Dean has lost near enough the rear end of his car. And look at Alfie as they come up towards El Rouge. And Cam now then, and I reckon there, you know, oh, Kieran's gone very deep. I reckon Cam there has lost the car. Oh, what's Kieran doing now? Oh, Kieran into the wall as well. I'm not sure what happened there. Kieran into the wall. Oh, and now Kieran's reversing, but there's Dean. Oh, what are these Pro-Am lads doing? They need to get this sorted out for next week. So Cam, Argent and Dean Wasocki all in the pits on lap 4.
I don't know what happened there. I can tell you that one.
No, that one was a strange one. Kelly then still attacking Aidan whilst defending from Alfie, but he's flashing his Kelly. Oh, he's channeling his inner Matt Neal and wants to really get past here. And look at who's in front of them. That's Daniel Francis a lap down. Sorry, I thought that was for position, but it's not because Fury's gone up the road. Kelly getting a bit racy here. Now I tell you what race 1 was. Hey, we missed out on that opportunity, didn't we? That race 1 was like watching Andy Neat at the race 2 at the touring cars at the weekend. But here comes Alfie attacking Kelly. A bit of a nudge from Kelly. And has Alfie managed to keep it out of trouble? I think he has. He was bouncing on track there, so did he clip the wall? I'm not so sure, but Kelly late to defend, and I think he realised he just caught Alfie there. As Daniel Francis lets the guys through. Obviously, new rule this year for the back markers. They don't have to move out the way of the lead cars. The leaders have to pass them. A bit like the World Endurance Championship. You have to pass the car you're lapping. Cam is out the pits before Argent and Dean. So Cam has kept in front. Argent as well has jumped Dean. Then Dean having huge repairs, it seems, at the moment. Still in that pit lane. Let's go back to that battle with Kelly and Alfie and Aidan, because this is cracking 3 for the final podium spot at the minute. Kelly and Alfie very wide. Alfie gets a bit of a slide. Manages to hold it. 100 front and back, says Dean in the chat. And Kelly has to... Oh, and Alfie! Wow, that was a bit of a late lunge and a bit late on the brakes there. And Alfie looks like he's going to take to the pit lane then at the end of lap 4. But that,
that's in P3.
Yeah, that looked a bit aggressive from Alfie there. That did at the end of lap 4 then. Alfie and Aidan Bennett is coming into the pits. No, Aidan stayed out. Aidan's kept going here. The Evil Scotsman, Fury, closed the gap to Nicky by a lot now. Indeed he has. It's another 2 seconds that's gone down. But here's NJ running P9. Alfie then into the pits. Dan Francis back in as well, so he's completed his stop at the end of lap 4. So that's him done as well. And here goes NJ then. Now Fury, Liam is really closing that gap to Nicky here.
Oh, yeah.
Fury's on it today. He's been on it in this one. Oh, I say that. He's had a bit of a wiggle coming through the right-hander there. And that is going to give Nicky a bit of breathing space. Any battles on the track? I think NJ's gaining on Stealth Sloth, according to my times. Yeah, look, there he is. The 2 Porsches with DJ Phil just in front of them. Now Alfie, a bit optimistic maybe in that dive into the chicane at the end. Will that be looked at? Dean's up to 13th place. Oh, and NJ gets his braking horribly wrong. You don't want to hit them sleepy policemen. They really do bounce the car a lot. And NJ then just loses a bit of time to Stealth Sloth, but they're both trying to get on DJ Phil. You see he's locked up the brakes again. No ABS for DJ Phil. Doesn't run it. I wonder if the ABS would help Phil, but he feels comfortable enough to do it as he does it. So Daniel Francis down in 15th. Leon Fernie and Holty will have to pit again, as they didn't pit at the mandatory pit stop. But don't forget, it only has to be a splash and dash. Fury then. Oh, that's Leon Fernie round. Bounces off. There is the race leader, Nicky. And I imagine... Oh, no, that was Kelly then, lapping him.
Kelly.
Yeah, that was Kelly lapping him. So Leon Fernie lapped then. Back to NJ. Within 7/10 of Stealth Sloth now, and you'll recognise the livery as Mr. 2-time Gary 131's title winning livery and the Leach Motorsport title winning livery. But at this moment in time, what can these drivers do? What can these boys do in terms of this race and in terms of getting this done?
Very wide.
Oh, Stealth Sloth and Neil both very, very wide there. Yeah, that is interesting to see. That is very wide from both of them. So that one is interesting to see, isn't it? That how wide both of them guys actually was there then. But Stealth Sloth's made a mistake and NJ gets through, but NJ's going to now jump into the pits at the end of lap 5. NJ coming in for his stop. Come on, Merc teammate, says Iron Brew Racing. Not sure what that's about, but here is Fury. 1.1 off the back of Nicky. There is the gap for the race lead, and Fury looking really racy at the moment now then. The bonus for people like Alfie and Dean and Cam and Arjun is they've pitted, so they can push now to get ahead of the guys that still got to pit. Smithy's now moved up into 8th. Alfie's got 9th from NJ. Can Cam make a position here? We'll have to keep an eye on the timing screen as we're watching Fury against Nicky. Nicky very wide. In fact, did he touch the wall there? But Fury now on the back of Nicky here. And as we're into 3 o'clock in the afternoon, don't forget, for this second race. The cloud rolling in a bit more. The weather forecast dry, but meant to get cloudier as the race goes on. Fury a bit wide there himself. NJ still ahead of Cam at this moment in time. And so far, you have to say so good if you're Fury. He's doing a cracking job. Leon Fernie's my teammate in the Merc on F1. Yep, get that, Jamie, now. Get that one. I do. As here then goes Fury. He's looking at Nicky. Cam out the NJ come out the pits well in front of Cam. Cam's got Argent on the back of him, but we'll go to that battle in a moment. This is for the race leaders. We're coming up to the halfway point in this second race here. Join us live tomorrow night for the pro guys taking it around Spa Frankenchomps. Hopefully a lot cleaner than what the Pro-Am have been able to. The likes of Gary 131 will be looking to defend his championship, Mr. 2 times, and can Leach Motorsport, or Leachy Legends as they're now known as, can they defend their 2 times Constructors' Championship? Got a feeling there could be a team on their way to try and take that off them. And I think Kelly lost a bit of time through the chicane, and Fury exits the chicane, and they're side by side as they head down towards turn 1. And Fury, the grunt of that Mercedes, could have this one done. He's going to be up the inside of Nicky, who messed the chicane up. Has Fury decided to give that one up? No, up the inside he goes. Nicky just takes that wider line. Now then, does Nicky tuck back in behind for that slipstream towards El Rouge, or are these two still side by side? They're still side by side, you know, and they're coming towards El Rouge. Nicky then back in front. Fury's backed out to that one.
Definitely a back and forth kind
Oh,
of...
Nicky!
Oh!
Nicky's lost it at the top of Radion. And round he goes. I think he's kept it out the wall. Dean is back in the pit lane. Not sure why Dean's back in the pits, but it's not the night he'd have wanted. He's got damage on the front of that car. Alfie's on the back of Smithy. Leon Fernie is back in the pits. That will be his mandatory stop done at the end of lap 6. There goes Alfie then, making the move on Smithy for P8. But Dean back in the pits. He's going to lose out on 2 play. No, he's going to be lapped by these 2. Oh, no, that's Smithy altering his course there and choosing to make his stop then. Into the pits comes Smithy then at the end of lap 6. As Nicky there then has lost that race lead due to a problem at the top of Radion. Fury is now well in front, Liam.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, Fury, P1.
KLF still P3. It's Team Prolap 2nd and 3rd at the moment. When are the team going to make the call on the pit stops? Don't forget, teammates cannot pit on the same lap. There is Holty trying to unlap himself in the pits as NJ's got past Smithy, as Smithy now drops down to P10. Will he come out ahead of Cam? Argent's dropped off the back of Cam again as well. Dan Francis has got past Dean Wisocki. There is Daniel Francis. Dean has just come out the pits and is now way behind Daniel Francis, as has Leon Fernie. He's come out the pits and he's on the same lap as Dean, I do believe. Yeah, he is. He's only a couple of seconds behind. So Leon Fernie could get Dean for 14th place here. Dean not having his best showing.
No, not at all. He's
huge off. Huge off. And Dean's now going to have even more damage, and that's P15 at the minute for Dean. And that is early after the pits. That's early damage. Aiden's got a good battle with Don for P4 here. And for Lone Wolf Motorsport, oh, Aiden's in the gravel. Aiden's in the gravel. Don really wide as well, but Aiden in the gravel couldn't get the car out. Don up to P3, and he's now going to hunt down Kelly, who's only 9 seconds up the road. Don here looking hungry for that podium that maybe got taken away from him in race 1. You see the cloud starting to get a bit darker, starting to get a bit thicker. Nicky then in the pits at the end of lap 7. Obviously Kelly can't pit this time around. Oh, excuse me. Cam as well. What's happened to Cam? He's had a bit of damage as Argent has just passed Cam. But it's not updated on my timing screens on the side. So Argent is actually P6, P11. Cam's now 10th, I do believe. Go back on Argent for me. No, Argent's still 11th. But Cam is 16 seconds up the road. So was that Cam? Nope, Smithy's 16 seconds up the road. So, yeah, no, Argent up to P11. Sorry, I was reading it wrong. It's Smithy that's P10, not Cam. Nicky then in the pits drops down to P5. Oh, Smithy!
Oh, talking about Smithy.
Yeah, Argent may get past him now as Smithy's had a huge spin at the left-hander. And where is Argent? He's a bit behind still at the moment. Now, we know Argent's been struggling, he said, on one certain part of the track. Now, I don't know where that part is, but Smithy having a bit of a moment there. Then Nicky's down to P7. A bit of a long pit stop here. Did he clip the wall then at the top of Radion? And we're not wary of it. He's really being held in the pits. Where's Alfie in all of this?
P8.
P7, no, Alfie's got past Nicky. Where's NJ?
P9.
NJ's coming through the chicane, so is NJ going to get Nicky here? Is NJ going to get some extra points? And Team Prolapse not having the night they'd have wanted in this one so far. Well, you are if you're Kelly at the moment. 2nd place. Not the debut Nicky would have wanted in his proper outing. Nicky then just coming out of the pits. NJ will be up to speed. Can Nicky hang on to this one? We're expecting to see Dean in. People who haven't pitted yet. Kelly, DJ Phil. Don Productions not yet pitted. Aiden not yet pitted. Stealth Sloth not yet pitted. Holty obviously pitted early on, but has to come back in to complete that stop, as the rules say. AJ then on the back of Nicky. Argent on the back of Smithy for that top 10 position. What else have we got happening up and down the order here so far? Cam in the pits again for another stop. He's already pitted, and you see the damage to that car. Could this allow Dan Francis? Piston broke. Cam and Daniel Francis are 6th and an 8th. Not looking like they're going to score well today. Dean's retired. Dean has retired and will score nothing from this race. So 2 retirements in 2 races. This was his problem last year, if I do remember, and it's his problem again at the moment. Retirements already. And this is not what he wants. Retiring. No, you definitely do not want to be retiring from these races early doors. Fury into the pits at the end of lap 8. It's Kieran then has got past Smithy to get into the top 10. Cam has just came out the pits. Here then. Come on, Prolapse says Unorthodox. Dean Wasaki, I am done.
Fury's in the pit.
Yeah, Fury's just coming out the pits. Dean, what do you mean you are done? Done for tonight, or what do you mean? As Unorthodox saying, come on, Prolapse. Look who leads this race. He'll be in the box tomorrow, sweet and sticky, in your box on a Thursday and Sunday night. But at the minute, Kelly doing the business so far. P1, 6 seconds up the road from Don Productions. Aiden has just got past Fury, who's come out of the pits. Aiden then in P3 at the moment, but Fury's pitted. Fury is net first place, don't forget. Stealth Sloth into the pits. Just noticed that one. So Stealth Sloth having a better second race in the pits at the end of lap 8. And here goes Fury on Aidan Bennett, and that's job done. Easy as you like if you're Fury in that Mercedes. We could have another Monkey Boy and Jamie Brazier on our hands this season. Fury is looking quick. And this is the problem at the moment. When you get relegated, you can't moan about it. Fury got relegated. Dean says he's done for good. Well, that's his decision on that one. It'd be a shame to lose Dean if... because DJ Phil working very hard. Come on, Kelly, says that Unorthodox, and 2 bulging biceps and 2 rainbows from BT as their boys, the Prolapse boys, are sat first at the moment. Kelly yet to pit though. Here goes Nicky and NJ attacking Stealth Sloth and Alfie then. Nicky in fact having a look on Alfie as they come down towards the chicane. Go on Kelly, great drive. Come on Kelly as well. There's a lot of chat and a lot of love for Kelly. Nicky was having a look at Alfie. Alfie's had a spin on his own and Nicky will get a place. Alfie's reversing, has to stop because there goes NJ and Stealth Sloth. They'll both gain a place, but here comes NJ now. Nicky, don't forget, had that big spin. DJ Phil not yet pitted. Aiden not yet pitted. So neither is Don and Kelly. So can he come out P2? Gary telling Dean to get a grip. As round we go then.
Oh, a bit of a tap.
Oh, NJ! He's lost the rear of the car. And that's big damage. That's big damage. That is big damage. Now, well, the way the points are scored then, you get a point for 15th place, so NJ will still score a point in this race, provided he either gets to lap 10, or provided he finishes the race. Look how wide he is now. That's how bad that damage is costing him. Any other battles on the track at this moment in time? Don 6 seconds off the back of Kelly. Aiden's in the pits for his stop.
If that was me, I would actually be pitting this lap.
Yeah. So Aiden in for his mandatory stop. That should allow Nicky then maybe to get through. The gap to Nicky's 30 seconds. So Nicky's got a lot of work to do depending on how quick Aiden Bennett's pit stop is. Let's stay on board Aiden Bennett. DJ Phil's yet to pit. Let's keep on board Aiden here. When is Aiden being released? As Nicky's not even yet at the chicane. So Nicky coming up to the chicane now. Aiden's still not yet been released. So is it repairing some damage on his car? Nicky now breaking into the chicane. He goes... He's a bit deep. Aiden's still not been released. Yeah, so Nicky is going to get Aiden Bennett in the pit. So great pace from Nicky at the minute, pushing hard to get ahead of the Porsches. And Aiden just gets released as Nicky gets ahead. Then we imagine we're going to see NJ. And in fact, NJ has retired from this race. So NJ's not going to score a point neither. Then he needed to get to the end of lap 10. He's got to lap 9, we do believe. We'll double check that. But he's got to the end of lap 9. But Aiden then comes out P7 as Stealth Sloth. P8, sorry, his Alfie just gets past him.
We've still got KLF in P1.
Still leads this race at the minute. Don's P2. Don and KLF not yet pitted. Neither has... neither has Holty. Holty obviously pitted early doors, but has to make that secondary stop. But yeah, at the moment, Kelly still leading 5 seconds ahead of Dub Productions. Fury's MP3, who's only 3 seconds off the back. And Aiden here having a look when the cameraman decides to pick him up. There we go, excuse me. Aiden having a look up the inside of Alfie into the hairpin. Not going to get that one done. Aiden Bennett, and what can he do in this race? He's looking quick tonight. Obviously took the last race of last season at Ruapuna Park. And Alfie, he's very wide through that. Yeah, very wide through that part, Liam. Fury's gaining on the back of Don. We'll go back to that one in a moment. Obviously, Don's still got to pit, but here goes Aiden. Alfie struggling more in this race too.
Oh, yeah.
So Aidan Bennett and looking a bit racy here. We're down to 14 drivers. We've lost NJ and we've lost Dean Wasaki in this one. Fury now on the back of Don Productions, looking up the inside into this game. Now Fury doesn't need to fight this too hard, Liam, because Don's still got to pit.
Yeah. If I was him, I'd be keep pushing, but not pushing to the fact that I'm going to push too hard.
Yeah, I get what you're saying then. Kelly as well still to pit, so he's Don. Holty's then got to re-pit due to pitting before the mandatory pit window. Obviously this is trying hopefully make it a bit cleaner this season. It's not turned out that way so far for the Pro-Am. Join us tomorrow night, guys, for the Pro season starting tomorrow night. Can Mr. 2 times Gary Leach and the Leachy Legends defend their crown in the Pro Series? You'll have to tune in tomorrow night for round 1 and 2 at 8 PM to find out. Same format as tonight, 20-minute practice and a 10-minute qualifying. And Fury just taps the rear of Don. Maybe got caught out by Don braking early and loses the car a little bit. Now that's going to hurt him. Actually, I say that it isn't. And Alfie! Yeah. I think Alfie's hit the invisible wall, because that is the same as what happened to Aiden. And I think his
engine's blown.
Yeah, I think he's got terminal damage. I think we've lost Alfie. Alfie has retired, but retired on lap 11. So Alfie will get points for P14 there. So what was joy in the first race becomes disaster in race 2. Hit that imaginary wall. What a shame. Has Kelly been in yet? Not yet, says Little Leach. No, he hasn't pitted yet, neither has the Don. So the 2 out front haven't pitted. And Kelly doing a top job, and Holty as well, just trying to stay out of trouble here as he lets the leader back through. I think Aiden may have got caught up with Alfie there in that imaginary wall, because that car looks a bit of a wreck.
Yeah, that I think maybe Alfie's gone into the invisible wall and maybe rebounded off that into
Aiden. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Liam, as he's got big damage. Argent's gone through. This could allow Smithy and Cam up another place as well, and maybe even Daniel Francis into the top 10 here. Argent, very quiet race down in P7. Get ready for the stewards offensive. Get ready for the stewards office. Disgusting, says Alfie in the chat, guys. Obviously keep it off the chat. Let's keep it in the group. Let's let the stewards look at this one. And that was Daniel Francis.
He's gone.
That was Daniel Francis. Huge spin. Daniel Francis a back marker at the moment. Huge spin. But obviously managing to not get caught up with Nicky there, who's only 17 seconds off the back of DJ Phil. Phil not yet pitted. Neither has Don or KLF in this one. Just double checking now. DJ Phil hasn't pitted. Neither has Don or KLF. Fury then getting on the back of Don here. Kelly's getting a nosebleed, says Fury's granddad. It looks like a busy night for the stewards, says Iron Brew Racing. We'll be up till the crack of dawn, me master and Welshie and Deeks will be up till the crack of dawn reviewing all this footage. It's going to be a long one, that's for sure. As Cam here then is gaining on the back. Oh, now what's happened to Smithy? Oh, he looks like he's got bad front damage, Liam.
Yeah.
He's going to have to keep out of the way as well. The leaders are coming. Oh, sorry, the leader is coming here. Is KLF to lap Smithy. So Smithy may want to pull to one side before he gets in the way. Now Don and Fury are really starting to catch up with KLF here. Aiden's back in the pits. That'll be to repair that huge damage. Now Smithy could have gained an extra place or two. Don well into the gravel and comes back on, but behind Fury. Don obviously having to pit. Come on, Smithy, get some points on the board. He's going to get some points on the board. He's going to get a few. He'll get to 3 at least for 13th, but I don't think he's going to finish 13th. He may finish a bit higher than that. Aiden Bennett, are you serious, Alfie? Again, Aiden, Alfie, let's keep it off the chat. Let's keep it to the stewards. Let's keep it respectful on the chat, please. Otherwise, we will have to mute the conversation for the meantime at the moment. Holty doing a good job to try and stay behind Kelly here, to try and not interfere with the race lead as Fury and Don are coming round. Lap 12 of 14, so Don and Fury. Oh, and there's Don up the inside. Oh, that's Smithy, who is a lap down and a back marker. Kelly's in the pits.
Don's in pit as well, and so Fury's now in.
Yeah, well, Fury's taken back the lead that he had through his early pit stop. KLF and Don then in the pits at lap 12. The only person left to pit then is DJ Phil, currently running 4th. Now then, Kelly on the podium, maybe.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a possibility.
Again, we'll have to get the guys in for an interview at the end of this race who get on the podium. So the minute this race finishes, Liam, we'll have to get the guys in who's on there. Let's keep our eyes out on that pit stop. DJ Phil, I don't think is yet pitted. Is that Kelly on his way out? If so, good stop. It is. Kelly's on his way out. Good stop from Kelly. Where's Don? Is Don still at the box? Is Don on his way out? Don's on his way out. Good stop. Where's DJ Phil? There's DJ Phil. So still yet to pit is Phil, but has got past the Don. And Kelly is well up the road. In fact, he's not past the Don. The Don's coming out the pits now, so the Don will be battling with DJ Phil for track position here. Aiden's out the pits. He's only lost one place after that pit stop, and DJ Phil ahead of Don Productions then. But Don, for the time being, will have to just be patient here because DJ Phil's got to pit. He doesn't want to push too hard and get in a spot of bother with DJ Phil. He'll want to be patient and wait then as much as possible. But Kelly, P2 at the moment. Yes, Dad, come on, keep it clean. You do a podium, and I will tomorrow, says Unorthodox. And that was DJ Phil, was it making a mistake? It was. Phil's on the grass, and there goes Don Productions. And Aidan Bennett unlaps himself as well. Now, the bad news for Phil is he's 4 seconds ahead of Nicky. He didn't need that mistake to happen. Where's Nicky? There's Nicky. So with Phil having to pit, Nicky in the background is certainly going to get past now. 22 people watching, guys, 23 likes on the stream. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button already. Do it for Kelly in second place. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel as well. We're live tomorrow night for the pro race around Spa. 13 guys remain on the track. We've had another... Oh, yeah, we lost Alfie, didn't we? Push Boy says Unorthodox. Come on, Nicky says Unorthodox. And then a load of rainbows from Unorthodox. I tell you what here, if Nicky can get on this pace, he's only 6 seconds off the back of Don. Could we get a team prolapse on the podium here? And at this moment in time, Holty then will finish P13. He's well down at the moment. Obviously needs to do that secondary pit stop as well. There was somebody who looked like they touched the gravel in the background. Now where's DJ Phil? Oh, that's Aiden who's off then. Aiden letting DJ Phil and Nicky unlap themselves, relap them. Now, DJ Phil's got to pit this lap. Here's Kelly, 3 seconds ahead of Don. Fury's 30 seconds up the road. He has checked out. It's going to be a back-to-back win for Fury in this one. Then in the first round of the season, stating his claim already this year in this first two races of the season. Fury, driver of the day. I think Kelly's second. Kelly is P2, says the wall. Yes, boys. Guys, get your votes in for driver of the day. We're on the final lap. DJ Phil into the pits then on lap 13. So that will release Nicky into P4. Now, can Nicky hunt down the Don? 6 seconds is the gap. The Don is only 2 seconds behind Kelly. What's going to happen here? But it's sure to say Fury, driver of the day at the minute. 2 votes for Fury. Get him, Nicky, says Unorthodox. Yeah, I think Fury's going to have to get driver of the day. Liam, who's your vote for driver of the day?
Fury.
Yeah, Fury for me as well. He's been brilliant so far. He also gets crash of the day with Cam for the spectacular flip and still come back to win that race. Look at Don Productions. He is pushing hard here. Don wants this second place. He's on the podium at the minute. Doesn't need to push too hard. Can Kelly keep ahead? Where's Fury? Let's keep an eye on him. Kelly, Fury, driver of the day, says Unorthodox. Fury then coming to the back end of the track. We'll have to keep an eye on Fury then. But as well as this little battle for second place. And at the moment, Don is on the back of Kelly here. This one's getting closer and closer. Now Fury well out in front, coming down towards the final chicane. Fury, driver of the day, says Little Each and Iron Brew Race. That's 6 votes for Fury, 2 for Kelly as well. She's gave him driver of the day. He's already flashing his lights, a bit cocky, but he's done it in style. Let's just quickly jump back to Kelly. Oh, Don's very wide, and that is going to hurt him. He's going to have to give... Great job from Fury, bouncing back from his relegation the way he has my driver of the day, says Andy. And Fury then, he's coming through the final chicane, and he's going to take the race win in race 2 here. He's going to do it in style. Fury then takes a second win, and he's already staking his claim now to the battle for second place. What is going to happen here? The cameraman's picking him up. Kelly's been passed by Don. Don has got past Kelly. Go the Mermaid, says Gary. Hang in there, Dad, says Unorthodox. Well, the Mermaid has done him. The Little Mermaid has flew past KLF, and he's going to take second place at the death of this race. And Don Productions, the lone wolf of the Pro-Am group, Kelly, he's going to fight back. He's going to try and be late on the brakes. It's going to be a podium in the end for Kelly anyway. But late on the brakes, has he got enough to get it done? Get around that chicane. He has done. Don's done it beautifully as well. And I don't think Kelly's got what he's got it in the bag. Don's going to claim a second place. Kelly on the podium with P3. It's going to be Nicky, who looks like he's going to cross the line, P4. Argent then is 5th. He's got... no, DJ Phil 5th. Where's DJ Phil? Argent's in a battle with Stealth Sloth here. Let's watch DJ Phil cross the line, because they are a bit behind, so we'll get to them too. Brilliant night for Fury. I'm biased, but he is driver of the day. I don't think many people can argue with that one, Tony. DJ Phil then, a 3rd place and a 5th place. Good night for DJ Phil. Shame his teammate couldn't score some more points, but good result in the end. Phil is going to claim a 5th place now. The battle in the background, Stealth Sloth or Kieran Argent. Kieran's got huge damage. Stealth Sloth is going to claim 6th place. Kieran Argent. Oh, he's had another moment here. He's not crossed the line yet, has he? He hasn't. Oh, I thought that was Cam. Smithy's going to cross the line, P10. Oh, Cam's a minute 14 behind, so Kieran just needs to crawl that one home. In fact, Cam's already done. So Kieran's going to cross the line, P7. Cam has finished in P8. Aidan Bennett will cross the line, P9. Smithy will get a top 10 points on the board for Smithy. Daniel Francis will come home in P11. Leon Fernie will get a P12 on his debut here, and Holt is P13. It is Leon Fernie I think we're just waiting for to cross the line before we wait for the fastest lap. Liam, do you want to get the top 3 in for an interview?
Yep.
Obviously Fury already in the parties with Fury. Great race all. See you all tomorrow night. Indeed, Little H, we'll see you tomorrow night. P3 and 4, solid job. Kelly smashed it too, says Andrew Clegg. Great battle last lap, says Ariel. And Leon Fernie's going to weave across the line. Nicely done there from him. And spins across the line. That'll be a few penalty points, as obviously it's in the rules and regs. You're not allowed to do that this season. So there we go then. Fastest lap of the race. I think it's Fury looking at a 2:22. Yeah, the only man in the 2:22s. NJ retired 2 laps too short. So Fury, fastest laps, pole positions, takes a clean sweep while we wait for these drivers to get in to the party. Let's just give you a quick rundown of the current standings so far as the end of race 1, round 1 and 2 has taken place. And it is Fury, 21 points clear at the top of the standings already, followed by Dom Productions in 2nd place. DJ Phil is 3rd with Kelly in 4th already in the standings. Alfie, 5th place, tied with Kieran Argent. Nicky's then in 7th on 20 points. Cam's 8th. Daniel Francis 9th. Stealth Sloth 10th. Aidan Bennett 11th. NJ 12th. Smithy in 13th. Leon Fernie 14th. Holty 15th. And Dean Wasaki, no points, 16th place. Prolaps for constructors, says Dan, as we are joined in the commentary box by our P3 man, Kelly Davis. Kelly, that was a heck of a battle on that last lap.
Yeah. Don Productions been chasing me down pretty much the whole race, and just couldn't hold him off at the end. He was just too quick there at the end.
We said before we came on air it'd be nice to speak to you on the podium. You said every time you've raced at Simplay you've been on the podium. Here you are again.
Well, yeah. That first banger race wasn't quite so good because, I had reasonable pace in that and think I could have done a lot better if we weren't, as I said, demolition derbying in the first corner and then down the first straight. So I think a couple of words of race etiquette for a few people.
I think you're right. Sure. Your teammate as well seemed to struggle race 1, but a good 3rd and 4th finish in race 2. Looking good for that constructors if you're going to take the fight to forever forward with Fury and Kieran. They look strong already.
Absolutely, and Fury's absolutely flying, as we knew he would be. He's going to be hard to beat this season. But me and Nicky have certainly got our eyes on the constructors' prize. That's for certain, sure.
Well, best of luck, mate. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on the commentary, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Sweet and sticky in your box.
Sweet and sticky in your box every Thursday
tomorrow night.
Catch you later, Kelly.
Thank you.
We've got Don Productions in as well, and Don, a great little battle on that final lap, and a good night for yourself, really. And I think that's the theme of this year, isn't it? Let people make the mistakes and just pick them off one by one. That seems to be the theme. Yeah, good night for yourself. P2, good little fight on that last lap. Yeah. Well, brilliant night for yourself, mate. We look forward to seeing you next week as well. And Fury, you've done it again. It's a great start to the season.
Yeah, definitely the start I was looking for, 100%. The car just feels so much better around here again than I thought it would be.
Obviously, you've had that reverse grid draw now. You obviously came from sort of mid-pack, worked your way through the melee again. That seemed to be not as bad race 2 as race 1, but you know, you had a few little mistakes. Obviously, we've seen you sort of outbrake yourself, tapped the rear end and lost the car. Was everything all right, or was it just one little mistake?
Everything was all right. It was that one little mistake. I hit the brakes a bit too hard, and the back end went to go around, so I had to sort of let go and go back on him. And by the time I'd done that, I accidentally clipped the back of him and was spinning.
Well, congrats on tonight, mate. Brilliantly done. Liam, any final words?
No, except from thank you for letting me come in comms with you.
No, brilliantly done then. Ladies and gentlemen, join us tomorrow at night where Sweet and Sticky will be live 8 PM for the practice session, qualifying at 8:20 with lights out at 8:30 for race 1 of the season in the pro category. Can the Leachy Legends and Gary 131 defend their title? But from all of us here at Simply Motorsport, thank you and good night. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, where Sweet and Sticky will 8 PM for the session qualifier at 8:20 with lights out at 8:30 for race 1 of the season in the pro category. Sweet and Sticky in your box.
Sweet and Sticky right in your box. I know why Dean's got the ump.
Oh, I don't care why Dean's got the ump, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I know why he's got the ump, though.
Why?
Because I gave him a little nudge.
That's
Dirty,
what
it was.
Dirty.
I know it's your brother, isn't it, Liam? Is it your brother?
Uncle.
Uncle, right? Okay. Do you like him?
No.
Do I like him? No.
Okay, good. Just so we establish that. I came up behind him to lap him, and I flashed him about 4 or 5 times. I was about half a lap. I was behind him, keep flashing him to let me through, and I went one way, and he kind of went with me, and I just nudged the back of him, which did no damage to me whatsoever, but sent him off right into the wall, you know? So I kind of like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, you know? He's a penis.
Bloody driving standards, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, mate, don't get me started on it.
The 2 green Porsches, Stealth Sloth and Aidan Bennett, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Alfie's put something in about him already.
The pair of them are horrendous.
Yep.
Stealth Sloth took me out in the first lap after the first incident, first race. After that, I'm coming up straight, recovered, and he just wiped me out from behind, man. Unbelievable, those two. You've got to watch out for them.
Yeah, no. I expected better, if I'm going to be honest with you. And like that first lap, turn 1, race 1.
Oh, yeah. What the hell happened?
It was like we was playing Wreckfest or something.
Yeah, Fury. What did you think of that?
Of the
just driving standards in general. What did you think?
It wasn't the best, if I'm going to be honest. Like. Start of the second race, first corner, I got completely smacked wide again.
Yeah.
I had no clue who it was, because it was just like... everyone bombarding each other. It was.
Yeah, it was crazy. The first race, you lost it on your own going into the first corner, didn't you?
No,
I got.
Dean,
Did you get hit?
Dean,
Was it?
apparently his wheel died.
No,
It overheated and cut out.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I'll tell you
'cause-
something.
No, he's got the he's got
When
the T150, which we know overheats and cuts out because it did it to Gary. But it did it
Yeah,
to
but
Gary
not
after
the first 100 yards of the race.
No, it did it to Gary after 2 hours of constant racing.
I'm not gonna lie. When I spoke to him, he said, "But do you know when I went up to his bar, 15 minutes before the race?
Yeah.
He said he only just turned it on, so I don't understand how it's overheated.
Nah, there's no way.
he's-
There's no way it's overheated. There's no way it's overheated. No, Fury got wiped. Dean just didn't break into turn 1 and wiped Fury out.
He did it
Oh, maybe
underneath.
that's what it was. Because I saw Fury's back end go sideways. Then I seen the back of Nicky's car go in, and then I got hit from behind. And it's like, oh my god, it was like a banger race.
It was like playing Wreckfest that first corner.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, well, I'm going to go back and have a look in a minute. I can't wait to have a look.
I tried saving the first race replay, but I got to delete all my things.
Turn up it.
Don't worry, I've saved it because anything that's caught on stream, the admins can look at as well now. So I'm gonna
What's
go on.
Don Production is that Ariel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't pit. He didn't do his mandatory race 1, did he?
No, we didn't. So again, that's going to be discussed.
Because I was in front of him. I was in front of him before. I was like 5 seconds in front of him. He pitted when I pitted for damage at the beginning, and then I was a constant kind of 5 seconds ahead of him. I pitted, and he never did he?
No, he never did. So that's going to be brought up, as well as Dean, as well as turn 1.
Dean said he's quitting anyway, so I don't see the point.
Wow. Yeah.
He's not going to be
think
fucking missed. That's what the 5th time he said he's quitting.
Yeah, I think I would do. I'd run the inquiry anyway.
Oh, I'm going to run the inquiry because I think it was more than just Dean hitting Fury that caused a few of them incidents. Do you know what I mean?
I think most of that first turn was caused because of that small crash between.
No, I don't think that was caused by Dean because there was a few on the outside that was touching and hit each other. It looked like.
Oh
as
yes,
well.
still.
Didn't just look like Dean spinning Fury around, caused everybody to not avoid Fury. Somehow Neil got through the whole of it, through the middle of it, and off he went, and it was like crazy. I'm going to jump into other party, and I'm just going to eat my dinner quickly while I jump into here, and I can hopefully speak with Mazda and Welshie. But well done tonight, lads.